that. Just love, more love to thrive. And that's what we're about today. So I'm going to send out so much love. You can feel the love exploding out of my chest for this young man. Good morning, sunshine.
Oh, yes, good morning, you beautiful souls. What an incredible show it is today, commemorating all things love, all things beautiful. It doesn't matter what shape, what size. Love is love, and we're going to celebrate it in all kinds. Now, this morning, it's officially the last day of Pride Month, so we're chatting to you. I want to firstly say happy Friday and a very happy last day of Pride Month to all our LGBTQIA+ viewers. Now, today is all about celebrating those who live authentic lifestyles. Who do you admire about how they live their lives and their truth? Right? Loaded question, and we have so many icons to look forward to, even in our very own country. South Africa has heroes, icons that are all about this community, all about standing tall, being proud, and authentically living their lives. Come through with that list so we can celebrate with you and keep the show on the road. For now, the official duties must commence, and the G-Man is standing by.
Oh, thank you so much, Raul. Perfect jumping off point this morning as we start here in South Africa, where the Constitutional Court has now declared Section 40 of the Children's Act invalid and unconstitutional as it discriminates against couples of the same sex in respect to parental rights. So the section deals with the rights of a child conceived through artificial insemination and refers only to married or unmarried couples, not to couples of the same sex. And a lesbian couple approached the court last year to challenge this law, and the court found that the law discriminates against same-sex couples, a landmark moment. Let's hope the legislation follows through. Now, Rand Water has expressed concern once again over municipalities' failure to pay the bulk water supplier. Now, certain municipalities owe Rand Water some 4 billion rand, and they are the city of Tshwane and Mfuleleni, Rand West, Merafong, Nkwate, and Govan-Mbeki. Rand Water says the debt of municipalities continues to escalate. Its spokesperson, Mamnkosi Maru, said non-payment of bulk water by municipalities vastly threatened their financial position and was a direct threat to sustainability. He added that they relentlessly attempted to accommodate non-paying municipalities, but had regrettably reached a deadlock. Now, on the international news front, London's Court of Appeal has ruled that the British government's plan to deport asylum seekers to Rwanda is illegal. This is a major setback for Premier Rishi Sunak, who wishes to combat migrants arriving in the country on small boats. Now, Judge Ian Burnett has said that there was a real risk that people sent to Rwanda could be returned to their countries of origin, where they would face persecution and other inhumane treatment. Sunak fundamentally disagrees with the ruling and said that the government would challenge it in the Supreme Court. Then the authorities in Ukraine have arrested a man who is suspected of treason because he would have helped Russia carry out a missile attack in the city of Kramatorsk, in which 12 people died. Now, the Attorney General's office says an employee of a gas company helped the Russians carry out the attack on a restaurant. The suspect allegedly filmed vehicles bearing military number plates in a parking lot and sent the video to Russian special services. And apart from the 12 deaths, 60 other people were also wounded. Now we bring it back home, where Durban will become the epicenter of African horse racing tomorrow. And boy, are we not excited, hosting the much-anticipated return of the continent's premier equestrian extravaganza, the Hollywood Bets Durban July. One of the biggest events on the continent, combining racing, yes, fashion, and a lot of entertainment of all shapes and forms. And around 50,000 spectators are expected at Greyville Racecourse, all eager to experience the electrifying atmosphere and very high-end glamour unique to this particular event. The July, as it's fondly known, is projected to generate some 130 million rand for the local economy and creates around 1,500 jobs. That is superb. On that inspirational note, maybe horse racing's your sport or not, maybe one of these will be. Let's get an update ahead of the weekend from Raul.
Thank you so much, G. And if you were South African last night supporting the rugby, then it wasn't the greatest night for you. Now, sticking to rugby news right now, Italy produced a superb display of wet weather rugby to stun host South Africa and the majority of spectators at the rain-soaked Pole Gym. Now, Italy used their driving maul to devastating effect to secure a famous 34-26 bonus point victory. Now, it was a contrast of styles as South Africa played the more adventurous rugby, but Italy's pragmatic approach was better suited to the conditions, with all 4 of their tries coming from pick-and-drive attacks. Now, having gone 17 points down in the first 24 minutes and found themselves 19 points adrift at one stage in the second period, South Africa fought hard but ultimately left themselves with too much to do. Well, from our rugby news, it's time to head over to cricket action, and England came close to wasting a superb fight back with some brainless batting late on the second day of the second Ashes test against Australia at Lord's. Now, the home side had done much to reverse the damage of a poor opening day, bowling Australia out for 416 runs and reaching 188 runs for one wicket in response. Now, Ollie Pope, Ben Duckett, as well as Joe Root all gifted their wickets to Australia's telegraphed short ball plan. Now, the three wickets fell for 34 runs before Harry Brook and captain Ben Stokes took England to 278 runs for four, with 138 runs behind at the close of play. Well, we're moving over to the next bout of news, and this time it's the football pitch, and Manchester United have agreed a deal to sign England midfielder Mason Mount from Chelsea on a 5-year contract for £55 million plus £5 million in add-ons. Now, the 24-year-old will be Erik ten Hag's first signing of the summer as he looks to strengthen his sides following United's qualification for next season's Champions League. Now, Chelsea spent £600 million last season and needed to sell before 30th of June to ease financial fair play concerns. Now, Mount has scored 33 goals in 195 appearances for Chelsea. Well, lastly, in our sports news, we've dived into the world of tennis quite a bit, and here's something exciting for you all. Former world number one, Caroline Wozniacki, announced Thursday she is set to return to professional tennis 3 years after retiring to start a family. Now, the 32-year-old bowed out in 2020 after winning 30 WTA titles, including her sole Grand Slam triumph at the Australian Open in 2018. Now, in an interview with Vogue, Wozniacki said she wants to play at the Canadian Open in Montreal in August before traveling to the US Open, where she reached the final in 2009 and 2014. Well, incredible stuff indeed. I'll leave you with the rest of the headlines. Here's the latest when it comes to weather.
Thank you so much, Raul. Let's start with some weather news first. The Department of Cooperative Government in KwaZulu-Natal says extensive damage has been caused to road infrastructure, electricity connections, sewage systems and housing in parts of the province that suffered heavy storms on Tuesday. Now, the death toll currently stands at 7 at this stage, and areas worst hit are in Nanda, Phoenix, Ntuzuma, KwaMashu, Pinetown and the surrounding areas as well. Just looking at those visuals, you can see the extent of that weather, as well as Forweni north of Durban on the south coast. The Ugu District Municipality suffered major damage, especially at Scottburgh and areas between Port Shepstone and Kokstad. And in the eThekwini metro, some 70 houses were destroyed and another 110 were potentially damaged. Most houses are flooded, have damage to their roofs, and walls have collapsed. And for today, mostly fine and cool weather is forecast for KZN, thankfully, so a moment of reprieve. Let's get into some of those temperatures and what you can expect in your neck of the woods. Polokwane, your low 4 going up to 21 today. In Mbombela, your low 8 going up to 27. Pretoria ranging between 5 and 20. Johannesburg 3 and 17. Mahikeng, chilly start 1 degree and going up to 20. Klerksdorp, you start at -1, thawing out at only 16. Similarly, in Kimberley, -1 to 15 is your range for the day. Bloemfontein, 4 is where you kickstart your day, going up to only 14. Richards Bay, 12 and 24. Pietermaritzburg, 5 and 21. Moving to Durbs, as I said, thankfully no rain today. 13, your low, going up to 23 degrees. Mthatha ranging between 12 and 20. East London, 9 and 20. Moving to Craddock, your low, 2 going up to 16. Gqeberha ranging between 9 and 18. With a slight chance of rain there. George ranging between 9 and 17. Mother City, your low, 10 going up to 16. 43% chance of some cloudy and clement weather in the Mother City. Worcester ranging between 7 and 17. Sutherland, 1 and 12. And then Uppington, chilly start at 3. But you do thaw out at a nice balmy 20 degrees. Now, let's take a look at some of your beautiful sunrise views to put a smile on our dial. Louise in Durbs showing off, well, look at that, flawless views of the bold sun peeking over the hill. Linton in Pinetown outside sharing his view of the gentle hues lighting up the sky. And we got Noreen down in Durbs showing off the oh-so-peachy horizon. Look at those colours. And then we've got Delish in East London out and about. Beautiful video, outstanding pink tones, That is a gorgeous sunrise. Wow. Thanks for getting up so early to bring us those views. We really appreciate it. You can continue to share your sunrise views. Show us what your world looks like. 063 408 8863.
Magic stuff, G. Thank you so much. And to you, Mzansi, for sending those incredible pictures in. We'll do it all again in the next hour. But for now, though, we've got lots to look forward to. Charlie Boy is in the house and is bringing all the celebrations of Pride Month as we round things up for this incredible month. And the beaches of Corsica are calling. We're going to give you all the info and why you need to get there. We'll see you in just a bit.
We have exciting news for all you young chefs. Yes, you guessed it. The Excella Young Chef Competition is back. If you are a qualified chef with at least 3 years of experience, are under the age of 35 and have a confident TV personality, then enter to stand a chance to compete for a 20,000 Rand cash prize and that coveted title of Excella Young Chef for 2023. Just follow the Excella Young Chef Competition link on the Afternoon Express's Facebook, Twitter or Instagram pages or on our website. Upload a video of yourself sharing your name, a short intro about who you are, where and when you qualified, and describe your signature Excella dish using Excella rice, Excella sunflower oil or Excella mayonnaise. And also, tell us why your dish is made excellent with Excella.
Entries close at midday on the 21st of July, 2023.
T's and C's apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za. Excella, a taste of pure excellence.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we continue our celebrations around Pride Month, and we have an amazing show with some incredible human beings to introduce you to or reconnect you with. But let's set the scene right now. The Stonewall riots began in New York City on June the 28th in 1969, when homosexuality was still considered a criminal offense in that state. Now, the LGBTQ community chose to fight back against police raids at that Stonewall in West Village in New York that became the tipping point, that moment that started a 6-day riot that galvanized the world. Now, the event is credited with sparking the modern LGBTQ rights movement, which led to the creation of pride marches across the world. And we proudly embrace that in Cape Town, I think has become one of the meccas, which is so awesome. Now, the date of the riots is also the reason why June is considered Pride Month in different countries. So here to tell us all about Pride celebrations around the world, pro-MUA artist and content creator, Charlie Boy.
Hey, yeah? How's it going? Goedemorgen.
Boom, bam,
You know-
bash for the shoes.
Always have to have a little bit of a sparkling of pride.
Yeah, man, and proudly so.
Exactly.
And proudly so, because it gets real during Pride Month for a lot of people when you've got to actually put your money where your mouth is.
Net so.
Be proud of yourself. I think
That's
it's
the
often the
thing.
most difficult, but it does help
Yeah.
when you've got your brothers and your sisters alongside you.
A community of support, a community of love, respect, and that's what we're celebrating. I mean, the little introduction is but a tipping point of what our entire kind of pride and stance that we're stating. I mean, the Stonewall riot started on the 28th. 28th of June. That was like the Pride Day. And it literally started with just frustration. It was, look at me, listen to me, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. And I think that is sometimes people that are not part of our community gets a little bit frustrated.
It's in your face.
Yeah, and we're not. We're just like, hey, we're here, we're colourful, we're sparkling, and we just want to be respected.
And I'm so glad you keep going back to the word respect, because that goes both ways. Because when you're respected, you learn how to respect yourself. Simple as that. Let's take a look at how it's happening now, because this isn't a distant memory. This is not a future projection. It's a lived experience right now. And in West Hollywood, California, Pride in the Park, Mariah Carey, Megan Thee Stallion. It helps when you've got people like that helping add a little bit of glitz and glam.
Allies is what we support and what we follow and what we respect as well. And I think the greatest thing with these celebrations is showing the joyfulness of it. Is we looking at Sao Paulo that has the biggest gay pride parade. And again, festival, colours, sparkle.
Primed for it there, though.
Oh my goodness. I've been very fortunate in my last couple of years, 30 plus, of celebrating Pride amongst a multitude of cities. And Cape Town, I must say, we bring the little culture, we bring the identity, and we definitely have that love.
Because there is a community that supports each other here as well. And I think that speaks to that notion. We want to see all the big city centres embracing this, and we love the fact that there is a little bit of spice whenever it happens, because that means people are talking, people are thinking, people are examining. So don't be shy of the dynamic tension. I'll underplay it.
Exactly.
We saw London absolutely embraced it. Never march alone.
Yeah.
Why is it important not just to have this community, the choir, marching along?
Yeah.
We need to see this through a different lens. We need people outside of this community to wake up.
I think the point is the communication. We're not here to upset people. We are here to spark a conversation, because with conversation, it becomes an understanding. It becomes a organic kind of...
You get there yourself.
Yeah. So with introducing a lot of other allies, introducing the trans community, introducing visibility, that is what we stand for. The more we see it, the more normal it becomes, and the more... Respect, I'm going back to that.
No, but and you must. That must be the anchor here every day. And I think we often forget about the notion of representation in this space.
Yeah.
It's easy to use it in other social contexts.
Yeah.
But when it comes to our sexuality, because it's such a difficult thing for most people to embrace or kind of deal with themselves, it's very difficult to make it a spoken about thing.
Absolutely.
The fact that it's become so mainstream, you've got some superstars that are waving this flag in a way that few others, like Adam Lambert at the moment. And I'm just thinking, who would win in a competition if they would put them on stage, Christina Aguilera and Adam Lambert, let them have a sing-off? Who would...
Well, firstly, I want to say I'm not Adam Lambert. I think there's a lot of people that get confused.
Ah, damn it, man. And we were about to... We had a microphone ready. The mic stand is
I've got the
there.
style, but not the voice. But that's the thing. Allies, again, it is voices that is celebrating and carrying that torch of making it normal. The normalization, the fact that we have these allies are like, I mean, Beyonce as well, with this like world tour incorporating voguing classic.
As she does, yeah.
I mean, that is normalizing and creating that information into everyone's thinking.
Just think about that one child. And you know that you are actually physically, it's impossible for you to envision a future for yourself unless you can see someone there.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Physically, it's impossible. So for that kid to see an Adam Lambert that's performing at that level, not having to water down anything about what he feels is his best self or his best representation or his talent on 6th gear, he doesn't have to water that down. If anything, he has the platform to let it really shine. Imagine what that means to a young person entering into that space.
Unapologetically himself. And I think that is, I mean, every queer kid was a kid at one point. So having that representation across a Pride Month, we've got the focus on 1 month, 4 weeks. But we're queer 24/7 throughout the year.
Always on. And I think people, you've got to kind of accept the fact that some people are just going to be polarized by it.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw in Israel where there is a right-wing, very present right-wing voice in that space, but also a counterbalance to that. We saw massive support. We saw a lot of people pushing back. And that, for me, as much as that's frustrating to think that we're still there, it means that people still are passionate and willing to go out there despite that.
Absolutely.
So for those 15,000 people that stepped out in Jerusalem, more power to you. Those that thronged to Brazil, I think you had a hidden agenda there. I think most people are like, oh, I'm doing Pride in Brazil. I'm going to do it that side because it's just the biggest party on earth.
It is, and I mean, this year did not disappoint at all.
Massive.
But with Israel, I think that's another thing. There's Pride Parade is a parade of showcasing and tipping the scale, but also a celebration. There's got to be, a lot of people get, there is balance. There's joyful, but there's also a little bit points of view like, hey, I'm here, and it's okay.
And it's real, and it's real. It's it's not some social media-driven algorithm. This is real life that people have to deal with. And I'm going to say thank you for balancing out my hardcore army look with your gorgeous, gorgeous
bring spice.
ensemble. So Adam Lambert's not going anywhere today. Adam will be performing a little bit of a song for us. No, it's Charlie Boy, and we absolutely love him. Happy Pride Month.
Thank you, friend.
All right. Enough of the time that you have with Adam. It's time to get to an experience. Yes, it's time to embark on an experience of a lifetime. And to do that, you can purchase any Clover product for a chance to win a luxurious Mediterranean getaway. And 5 lucky winners and their partners are going to be setting sail from Marseille to the stunning paradise of Ibiza. So let me bring my buddy in here and get the people hyped because, brother, we're talking about something that is so dear to my heart. We're talking about beaches.
I love it.
And some of the most beautiful beaches in the world in Corsica. It's an island known for its beauty. It's actually the island of beauty. That's what the locals call it.
That's what it is, yeah.
Now, this is home to numerous beaches with crystal clear waters and picturesque surroundings. And today, we're going to be showing you, Mzansi, why this destination should be on the top of your bucket list with a list of the top 5 must-see beaches. First up,
okay, so let's go. Hopefully we can say this right.
Yes.
So maybe you can ask a local when you get there. Palom Baja Beach. Oh my goodness, known for its incredible white sand, turquoise waters, and a stunning pine tree backdrop, and a very, very unique shape there as well. Palom Bagria Beach near Porto Vecchio is considered one of the most beautiful beaches in Corsica, which has the most beautiful beaches in the world. So it must be
look
one of the most
at
beautiful
place.
beaches in the
It
world.
does look incredible, but it doesn't stop there. There's another one. We've got the Rondanara Beach. Now, Rondanara boasts a horseshoe-shaped bay surrounded by rolling hills. The beach is calm, shallow waters, and fine sand, which make it absolutely ideal for families. Look at that, man. Come on. The choices don't even stop because there's another one.
Yeah, man, I can feel my jacket's just like climbing off my body. They're going to be in boardies at the end of this. Santa Giulia Beach is exquisite. Look at that water. Features a large, shallow bay with crystal clear waters, almost like a giant swimming pool in the sea. The beach offers various water sports activities, several beachfront restaurants, obviously. And I think it's one of those places, you don't need to be told what to do there. You just arrive and chill.
Yeah, there's a culture going on there that we are all for. Now, we've got another one coming through. It's called Salesia Beach, and it's located in Desert de Agriates. Now, Salesia is a remote, unspoiled beach accessible, check this, by boat or 4x4. Now, its white sand and pristine turquoise waters provide a secluded paradise-like experience. Ooh, this is something I might like.
Yeah, well, now a few people know about it, so it might be
the
not
secret's
that
out.
secluded. And then we've got Lotto Beach, situated in the Scandola Nature Reserve.
Ooh.
Oh, exquisite. Now you get the best of both worlds. Unique blend of rugged cliffs, these gorgeous red rock formations, azure waters, only reachable by boat. I think you're like, oh, paddle, long paddle.
I like that.
You can do it, buddy. But it's one of those singular spaces of beauty.
Yeah.
Corsica, didn't Asterix always go to Corsica or come from Corsica?
possible, yeah, man.
I understand why.
Nice. Well, now we know why. And for you, Mzansi, you don't just have to look at it. You could also be soaking it up yourself. Soak up the sun, splashing in the waves, and creating lasting memories. How do you do it? Well, simply buy any Clover product and keep your till slip handy. And then you want to dial *120 *560# and follow the prompts to enter. And then keep watching Expresso to find out more. And we've got info for you daily. Your T's and C's can be found at clover.co.za. And I'm just here for that beach life.
I didn't even hear a word you said, bro. I was just chilling on that beach.
Corsica life,
good
bring
luck.
it on. Hey, speaking of, crack it open, pal. Cheers.
Yeah, man. Wrong island, but it's okay.
With lakeside views that rival most paintings, African Pride Irene Country Lodge Autograph Collection is a luxury upmarket hotel with spacious accommodations, dining, conference, function and wedding venues, and a spa. Winding down the Oakland Lane where cows graze in green pastures, you will arrive at a haven of peace and tranquility in the hub of South Africa's economic heartland. Book today on Marriott.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. And get ready for this. Gasp, shock, horror. No, it's not that deep. It's just the entertainment news. Yes, we're back with another round of it with great people, great panels, and only experts are here. And we've got pro makeup artist and content creator Charlie, media personality Peter Smith, and our boy, the one and only, Bass Newman in the building. Exceptional panel this morning. Peter, what was your first time on
Your
Expresso?
first time? 100%.
Wow, it's been too long. Wow, it's been too long. How are you?
I'm good, Rao. How are you?
I'm fantastic, even more excited now that you're part of our esteemed panel. But let's get straight into it. Lots happening in the entertainment world. Something that has taken my feed by storm. There's a fight breaking loose in the world, and it's taking everyone by storm. Whose side are you on when it comes to Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg? Wow!
Just feel I just feel like the billionaires are bored. Let's just
100%. 100%.
So basically, Elon Musk was like, hey, Mark, up for a cage fight.
Yeah.
Mark came back, screenshotted that post, and was like, send location.
But did you see how he replied? He replied on his platform as well. I like that, just to kind of be a boss.
He screenshot the tweet, put it on Instagram. He was like, I'm not entertaining you.
I saw that, yeah.
But also, what people need to realize is recently Mark posted a picture of him in a weighted vest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he did the Murph challenge, right?
On top of all of that.
So the Murph challenge,
Yeah.
1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats,
Squats.
another 1 mile run. He did that in 40 minutes. And he's a white belt jiu-jitsu.
I'm tired of listening
So
of
Elon,
that.
sit down. Elon, sit down because it's done.
Yeah,
I don't know, but Elon goes and say like, oh no, but I'm from South Africa. But you left when you were 18. You were 18, and I'm coming saying like, near my soccer.
I'll just go with the person who looks like they're going to win.
I think
Mark.
I think it's going to be Mark. He's got from a
100%.
weightlifting.
He has-
But
he
you
has the
guys
body
are
for
not taking the trump card into account here. Remember, Elon Musk has tech on his side. He might implant a boxer's arm and initiate fight mode. Damn done. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I'm also not going for someone that doesn't blink.
Red flags. Okay, red flags. I'll see you there. Listen, enough of the fighting. Let's get into something that's also taken the world by storm. Names are being changed, and when it comes to the top echelons of people, Kylie Jenner has changed her son's name, I believe. What's going on there?
So I think when Kylie's child was born,
Yeah.
she had a certain period as to when the child's name had to be submitted.
Yes.
And Chloe came up to her one day and said, what about Wolf? Because Wolf Webster. And she chose Wolf Webster.
Yeah.
And then after she was like, no, it's not gonna work. So imagine my mom says, Peden, you don't look like a Peden.
Yeah.
But like
It's
16
that,
months
yeah.
later, like, let it go.
Do you
know
think
what I mean?
it doesn't really affect the child much, though, right?
No, not if you're
The
billionaire.
child doesn't even know what's his name.
I'm sorry, as someone that actually changed their name, I mean, live your life. That's fine.
I think maybe she had some foresight into like the schools. You know how it is in South Africa, they find nicknames and stuff. Hey, Wolfie, come here. You know, like maybe she's preempting all the potential
Woof,
tabloids. Yeah, the boy you cried, exactly. Maybe she's preempting the headlines. Listen, it goes on because there's something that I saw online and I actually got to watch this, and it seems like the world is all against this man at the moment. He's going through some obstacles. Louis Capaldi, he's taking a break from music. Going through the most, I saw a real unique and raw side of him. What's your guys' take on what he's dealing with at the moment?
So basically, I think there's also this call for just like the world to just pause a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I think there's pressure on everybody to just do everything and they just need a break. So he suffers from Tourette's, so he gets the tics. And recently at the Glastonbury Festival in England, he couldn't perform. He had to stop performing because of his tics. But there was such a beautiful moment where the crowd, I actually have goosebumps thinking about it. The crowd kept going and he literally lifted his mic and he was just like,
I think he's suffering also of a major imposter syndrome. I mean, putting that enormous stress on himself is triggering a lot of internal
And it's triggered by stress as well.
Absolutely.
Peter, that's a great point because you don't actually think about what these people go through
Yeah.
to be able to deliver and serve, and we don't take it into account. We just see that front end.
I mean, sorry, I've got to interrupt you.
Yeah.
It's like when I heard him the first time, I was like, oh, Angel, saw him performing. I'm like, oh, okay. Voice of an angel. But do you also want to fix my bucky? I don't know.
I'm going to go with you on that.
So I understand like the stress.
Yeah, there's a lot that needs
He had to come from the shop to the stage.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
No, it's spicy.
sending love and light to him.
Absolutely.
I think, though, and I think it's genuinely real and it's inviting and at the same time refreshing to see this happen. It's showing that these people are human.
Yeah.
And it's something that I think we all can relate to right now.
Yeah.
And I think for anybody going through the most, invest in yourself with that being said and take a break if you need it and breathe. And with that, thank you so much. This has been an exceptional panel, and entertainment news has never been this good. Thank you so much. And for you, Mzansi, let us know what you are looking forward to when it comes to entertainment news. What's taking over your panel? And maybe we'll discuss it next week with these esteemed guests. For now, though, let's carry on with the magic.
Perhaps you're yearning to see Ryle and Bass look a little bit silly on national TV. We can do that for you now. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's time for our 5-second game. Dun, dun, dun. And today's theme is all about traditions. And the winner will, yes, walk away with a brand new box of yum caramel dreams, Omar rusks. And our two gentlemen are now taking their seats.
Hi.
I thought we better temper that spicy chat. Something a little, no, this is going to fill you up. Yes, we know. It's an opportunity to take that break, pause, and look a little bit silly, because I'm going to make you pay 5 seconds, okay?
I'm so nervous with this.
Don't be nervous because Zoe's not here. It's
I know,
fine.
that's true.
Actually,
I'm
now
like,
it's just, it
cool,
is
we can
actually a
relax
game.
and enjoy the game.
No, when Zoe's not here, it actually is a game, and it's quite fun. So it's, I know he is quite competitive. So this is the deal, guys. It's going to be about traditions, okay? So we should all have our finger on this pulse. Should we make him go first? Because
Sure.
he's really nervous. It's his first time.
Elon versus Mars.
In that case, who are you?
I'm Mark.
Mark,
Are you
okay.
Mark? Okay, I'll take you on it.
All right. Well, then you might struggle with this one, Mark. Name 3 South African traditions. No, Elon.
Bride Day.
Bride day, bride week, bride weekend.
Yeah, were you trying to bride a day, okay? Look, there is a section of South African society that would say bride a drops mic.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'd say
it.
that's
I feel
enough,
like
yeah?
that
And fills
qualifies.
up
Thank
all
you,
3
Greg.
slots.
Got you. I'm your spin doctor. All that being said, Ryle, name 3 things you can braai, a normal person.
That you can braai. Chops, wors, a millie. Yeah, you can braai. Yeah.
That was
You
an
can.
easy
That was too easy.
That was an
It's like
easy
you
one.
can actually braai anything, I think.
Okay, well, really? Name 3 things you shouldn't braai.
Toilet paper, toothpaste,
Flip-flops.
flip-flops.
I concur. I definitely concur.
I feel like at some point you're going to have
Guys,
a Lewis
why is it
Capaldi
5
moment.
seconds so
It's intense, hey?
stressful?
Yeah.
I
I don't
can't.
want you to, please don't take a month off now and just tap out of life because of us. I'm sorry, man.
wow.
Wow. Name 3 South African cultures.
Cultures, what like Venda, Sesotho, Xhosa.
There we go.
Is that it?
That's
Yeah,
it.
okay,
Not like that. Great. You can do that, my friend. That's exactly right. Name 3 ways to say hello in South Africa.
Away. Hi. Goeiemorgen.
Nice. Wow. You had to go. You had to,
Taal was gonna come out.
you had to pull out the drawer. You had to pull out the file X there. Goeiemorgen, mevrou. Ek is hier. Jammer, ek's laat.
You were that guy at school, G.
Sorry, I was just... Ryle, name 3 traditions that are passed down.
Traditions in a park? I don't know. Like, what was passed down? I don't know.
Oh,
those things. Oh,
your ancestors are just rolling.
Sorry,
in
guys.
great
I'm sorry.
day. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They're like, wow, we are doomed, man.
It's giving Elon. It's giving Elon.
Big Elon vibes. Hey. Name 3 holidays that celebrate traditions.
Christmas, Easter,
Friday.
Friday. Heritage Day.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay. Okay, well played.
Oh, I love it. Ryle,
Yeah.
again, I have very little hope for you now after what I've seen this morning, but I'm going to go anyway. Name 3 international traditions.
Oh, gosh. What's a bar mitzvah?
Nice.
Jewish Passover? Edelfitter.
There we go. Now I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Look, we are crossing lines here, but in the spirit of
Like Halloween.
Halloween.
That's
There
what
we
is
go. Nice. Well, it's always easy when you're 5 seconds are done.
You do that in 5 seconds.
All right, buddy. 3 family traditions, very quickly.
Come on, man.
Quiet time.
Quiet time.
Love.
Charades.
Love, I like that. That's the one answer that you could have given for everything today. Congratulations. I'm going to have to go to VAR to get a winner here. I lost my way a
Look at
little
this,
bit.
me.
No one has any idea because
was
in this
There's
game...
no winners.
If I'm not
Everybody
winning,
wins.
I'm going home.
Yeah, no, exactly. I
As
know.
long as I get one of these, I'm a winner, man.
You
I'm
are
good. I'm
here,
good.
we are together, and we are loving life, and that is for the win. Thank you so much, Jen. So we, of course, asked you to tell us your favorite South African tradition, and Tebogo Makubori hit us with the feels. Definitely Bride Day, when our family hosts the annual family reunion. We feast on everything from potjiekos to braai meat and a few more delicacies. We all get to sing, dance, share jokes, and laughter. The aura is so blissful when we come together. This might be AI written, embracing love, unity, and our diversity. Tebogo, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We love this so much. That is exactly why. You are our winner. Congratulations. You won yourself a delicious Omar Rusk hamper worth 2,000 Rand in cash as well. Beautiful. Congratulations. And with Heritage Day not too far away, perhaps you can throw some rusks into the feast, not on the braai, or maybe you can braai them.
Braas and ras, sure.
But just approach it with love. Whatever you're doing, approach it with love.
Yes.
There is more in every dip with Oma Rusks.
Only you can make my day.
Now you can generously give a voice to Storytime. Visit our library of homegrown audio stories at cadbury.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much for rejoining what has been the most wonderful show, conversation, everything all wrapped up in one. So let's continue on that trend. Now, some say a good story is a gift to the world. They connect us and sometimes help us make sense of our lived experience, even if they just make us know that we're not alone in that experience. And this morning, we are looking at some queer love stories that can be found in literature from South African to international authors, and there are some amazing journeys to go on. Fasti Collitz, a woman who lives off reading and I think embodies this in her life, her lived experience every day, is the host and executive producer as well of a Readers Community podcast. Thank you so much for driving literacy, first of all, just the joy and the development that comes in reading. But thank you so much for doing a deep dive and selecting some amazing books for us to focus on. So thank you so much for being here.
It's such a pleasure to be here. There's nothing I love more than talking about queer books.
I love that. Why? Why is that? Before we quickly run through the books, why is this such a point of pressure for you?
So I think your intro was really good because it talks about lived experience, and I think encountering ourselves in literature is really important. So I think that some of these books, what stands out about them is that they do precisely that. They allow us to encounter ourselves and stories that we wouldn't otherwise encounter, which also helps us when we encounter people that are different to us to understand them better, point of connection. Yeah. But then the other thing that I think is really cool about queer literature is that queerness itself can be a way to kind of crack open creativity and crack open new ways of thinking in books. And I think that a couple of these books do that as well.
A different dimension. So let's dive right in. You've bought a couple of local, a couple of international, so thank you for championing the locals as well. Where do you want to begin?
I would love to start with the locals. I want to start with Dreaming in Color by Uvile Klimba.
Okay,
Yeah, and this is a book about a girl called Langa. She falls in love with her friend in high school called Kwezi. And then it's a real coming of age story. So she's navigating a lot of things that young people navigate. She's navigating homophobia at school. And then she and Kwezi go to study in Makanda, and then they navigate homophobia there again. but also mental illness, and she has to find a way to work through trauma from sexual violence. So there's kind of a lot of issues, but I mean, this is what a lot of
South African narrative.
Totally. So this is what a lot of young queer people are going through in South
yeah.
Africa. But it is ultimately a love story.
Do
So I think-
they end up together? I don't want to ruin the whole book.
Oh, I can't say. But you definitely will root for them. Langa and Kwesi's love is beautiful, it's romantic, it's convincing. I have quite a high standard with my love stories, but I believe in them. Like
I'm like that with fight movies. Like I'm like the momentum's all wrong, turn it off, it's wrong. But
Yeah.
no, but you need to feel it. You need to have
Totally.
that. It needs to go beyond the mind. What's next?
Mermaid Fillet by Mia Ardern. I read this 3 years ago, but when I think about it now, I'm still stunned by how amazingly original it is. Never read anything like it before or since. It's a noir crime novel that's set in the northern suburbs of Cape Town.
You got me. Bam. I mean, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It's so awesome. But then she takes that and makes it even more interesting by sort of taking a genre that's usually very masculine, very straight, and queering it and making it very feminist. So this is a Cape Town that has a goddess that presides over it and punishes the city when sexual violence happens. And there's a lot of queer characters where their queerness manifests in different ways. So you have Michaela, who's an Instagram influencer, very well versed in internet language. She's a pansexual, demisexual, polyamorous pescatarian. But then there are also other queer characters who don't quite have that language, who don't know how to communicate to their families, what their pronouns are, or what their sexuality is. And then she uses that to layer the story. But it's surreal, it's extremely funny, very nihilistic, and totally riveting. So
I love that. And it takes it out of the political space to look at it through a different lens. And I think that's often the problem is we are so tainted. We have a confirmation bias happening all the time. We were just having what we've already believed proven. So to take someone out of that, you need to take them into a different reality, different world. Love that.
Yeah.
What's next?
So I cheated. My third book is not a novel. It's a collection of poetry called Everything is a Deathly Flower by Maneo Mohale. They are a non-binary feminist poet. And this entire collection is about one relationship and one event. So it's about a sexual assault and an abusive relationship. And I think this is one of those stories that we're only just starting to tell because queer people have been fighting for acceptance for so long. There's been kind of a respectability politics about how we talk about our relationships. So we have to try and convey that our relationships are perfect all the time. So only recently is the story starting to emerge. It's technically brilliant, it's very stylistically interesting, and Maneo is also a beautiful performer. So if you can catch them perform ever, go and see them. They read their poems beautifully.
I love that. We're going to have to leave it there. We are just too tight on time, but we're going to put you onto our social media pages so you can make some of these recommendations as well and connect as many people to you, because I think you're offering a window into our self-reflection in a way that very few other people can, because you're tapping into this other dimension of literature. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you, Graham.
Not just today, but every day. Fasti is amazing. We'll keep you connected to her platforms for as long as we can. Some amazing opportunities to read at also _Fasties is where you can find her online, but we'll have all of those details. You're amazing. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for this offering. Exquisite.
Oh yes, you're still locked in at your Feel Good Breakfast show, and let's bring on the celebrations. Now I'm talking about two incredible souls right now. Firstly, Abia Mashlase gained recognition as a trendsetter in local fashion on South Africa's first reality show that followed the lives of creatives. And then we have Bradley Mattit, whose career saw him rise as a national merchandiser for international brands. But now it gets even better because we met both of them on their journey on the season 4 of Win a Home. And now we get to celebrate the duo as a married couple. And that's on the next episode of The Insider SA. And we got them live right here. Good morning, how are we doing?
Good morning, everyone.
You guys firstly look absolutely incredible, but let me start off by saying congratulations. This is so exciting, being able to see this journey of yours unfold, but more so, I want to know about the relationship between the two of you. How has things evolved, both romantically and professionally, since the whole Win a Home experience?
Sure, I think like any relationship, I mean, we've had our ups and downs, but we've managed to pursue through all of it, and we've come through a better couple? Absolutely. I think if you can survive winter home as a couple, you can almost survive anything because it really puts you through the test.
I definitely can see that. And not only did you survive, but you thrived and you've made it out the other end, looking as glamorous as you do. So we can tick that box for sure. Now, we get a glimpse of your wedding on the Insider SA. Now, both of you being fashionistas, of course. How on earth did you come up with agreeing on a style for this wedding? I mean, you're talking about decor, we've got matching outfits, etc. How, with all this creative input that you have within you, how do you find that balance? How do you agree on something?
I think for this wedding, the motto was to just go simple or keep it simple. So that really helped us because that's something that we don't usually actually do. We usually go very over the top. And this time around, our brief to ourselves was keep it simple. And as much as some elements went overboard, they were simple in our mind. And the color scheme was simple. It was monotone, black and white. You know, we just couldn't resist adding diamonds and touches of gold. But overall, it was keeping it simple or trying to.
Yes, just to add on to Abia, we wanted a classic feel and look. We wanted something romantic. We wanted to incorporate our family, the flower girls, the maids of honor, our little babies, our fur babies were incorporated as well. So just to make it a special day for us.
Now, I want to know more about the wedding itself and the fact that I would imagine you're both from different cultures, right? So how do you blend those two together in one event? That must be quite a challenge.
For us, it wasn't a challenge. I mean, we don't really see the different cultures, and we have similar tastes, similar things that we like, and we just wanted a special day that we would remember.
And it is a special day, something that you, Mzansi, definitely do not want to miss. But before you guys go, now that you are married, is anything different between the two of you as a couple? Has it changed anything at all?
I think, you know, we've been dating for about 10 years. Yeah. So it almost felt like we were married. But it was something special that, you know, just was a testament of our love for each other. And it was really special to have the wedding. Absolutely. And now we know that our parents are involved or we've got each other's surnames. So that really also just adds that extra element. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, the two of you honestly represent such a beautiful unification of, in my world, diversity. This is like the perfect South African couple. And the fact that we've got to see this journey unfold, you guys are a dream team. That's official. You've literally chased down all your dreams and are living them so authentically. The only question I have for you is, what is next for this dream team? You've typically almost ticked all the boxes. What else is there for you two of you?
There's so much more to do. No, there's definitely a lot more ticking to do. We just, I think right now still basking in the wedded bliss. And yeah, ticking that box and kind of thankful that the event went well and the wedding and everybody came together so beautifully. So I guess the viewers will just have to wait and see.
It might be a christening.
Well, look, all I can say is thank you. Thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you for authentically loving each other and sharing that with the rest of Mzansi, because we are absolutely here for it.
Yeah, no, thank you. And thank you guys for featuring our fabulous wedding on your shows.
No, it was awesome. Thank you so much.
There you have it, Mzansi. Every reason to get involved in this episode, and it repeats this weekend. So you want to catch it on SABC3. It's the Insider SA. It's taking place at 1 p.m. on Saturday and 10:30 a.m. on Sunday. I'll see you there.
Open up to the offbeat on the Insider SA this Saturday at 1 p.m. on S3 as designing double act Abia Mahlase and Brad Muttit say I do in a matching set of his and his proudly two-tone tuxedos.
Something that doesn't get boring when you look at yourself in photos and you're like, why did I do that look?
That's the Insider SA this Saturday at 1 p.m. on S3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Friday, and we are here to celebrate. And someone that is so South African and making us proud right now. Joining us on the stage, singing sensation Zoe Zana. Now, she's caught the public's attention as one of the top 4 in South Africa's biggest singing competitions in 2013. That's a decade ago. So let's give her a Feel Good welcome. Yes! Woo! 10 years!
10 years.
You are officially an OG.
A decade.
Eh?
I'm having a hard time accepting that, but I'll
How does that feel, eh?
Crazy. I feel like I'm aging. I definitely feel like I'm of age at this point, and I know that's crazy to say because I'm still fairly young, but 10 years in this business is a long time.
It is, and it's incredible, and you should be proud of that. And
Thank you.
I think you're aging for the right reasons in your voice, but your look is timeless. Let's just not forget that,
Vampire
right?
vibe.
And speaking of a timeless voice, it's been through incredible spaces. You've been doing international projects. Morocco has been a big one for you in the past, and also an opportunity for you to define and grow your voice and your sound. How's that experience been like for you? And I believe it's not only just been the front end that you've had an opportunity to work on.
Yeah, so with regards to production and just finding my feet in different, spaces within the industry, I've been testing out, tits and tads of different languages, different styles. Being in Morocco has given me a taste of French music, it's given me a taste of Arabic music, but I feel because I'm from a country that is so full of flavors and languages and cultures, I just owe the country that to kind of tap into my cultures, and that's English, Afrikaans, as well as Xhosa. So that's a bit, where I'm at with regards to writing, my sound and all of that. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
It's exciting. Why is it so important to you? I know you've mentioned the reason why, but I think there's a bigger reason as to why we almost need to represent, need to share our history and what it means to us. Why is that important to you, though, to get that out?
That's a really good question, and I encounter this really often. As you can see, I obviously look black. I look like I should be able to speak Xhosa fluently.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I don't. I actually speak Afrikaans fluently. And it is in my origin, I am half Xhosa as well as colored.
Okay.
And the mixture is difficult to explain when people see me off the bat. It's like they expect something and they get something else. And I think the best way for me to put that into perspective is in the music. So what better way for me to tap into all of the languages that I've learned, the cultures, all of my, just the history of who I am, and my ancestors, my family, going all the way back on the family tree. You know what I mean? And to just represent that within music.
I love
that. I think it's the perfect time now, and to just kind of bring everyone together at the same time.
It is the perfect time, and you've got a perfect combination of all the magic, all the good stuff. So you've made from quality and... I love that. And of course, Mzansi, I know you're getting excited, I know you're getting hyped, but you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer because official duties must commence. Zoe will be performing in just a bit, but the G-Man is standing by with official duties, and then it's entertainment time. See you there?
It is exactly 1 minute past 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's dive into our national news first. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula, has refused Chief Justice Raymond Zondo's claims that Parliament is unable to prevent another state capture. Now, on the first anniversary of the handover of the final Zondo Commission's report, the Chief Justice expressed concern that Parliament didn't have measures in place to prevent state capture. In the report, Parliament is criticised for its inability not to have held the executive accountable during former President Jacob Zuma's tenure. Mapisa-Nqakula said Parliament was working on implementing those recommendations. Now, the Constitutional Court has declared Section 40 of the Children's Act invalid and unconstitutional as it discriminates against couples of the same sex in respect to parental rights. So the section deals with the rights of a child conceived through artificial insemination and refers only to married or unmarried couples, not to couples of the same sex. And a lesbian couple approached the Concourt last year to challenge this law, and the court found that the law discriminates against same-sex couples. So hopefully we'll see a shift in the legislation to follow. Now, on the international news front, some 40,000 police officers have been deployed nationwide in France in response to violent protests following the death of a 17-year-old male identified as Nahel M. Now, the police fatally wounded him when he refused to stop and tried to drive away. Now, protests continued for a second night last night. More than 150 people have been arrested for public violence. Some 170 policemen injured in the activity as well. French President Emmanuel Macron has condemned the violence. He said attacks on symbols of the French Republic, such as schools, police stations and town halls, were simply unacceptable. Then across to their neighbours across the pond, London's Court of Appeal has ruled that the British government's plan to deport asylum seekers to Rwanda is illegal. This is a major setback for their Premier, Rishi Sunak, who wishes to combat migrants arriving in the country on small boats. Now, Judge Ian Burnett said that there was a real risk that people sent to Rwanda could be returned to their countries of origin, where they would likely face persecution and other inhumane treatments. Excuse me. Now, Sunak fundamentally disagreed with the finding and said that the ruling thereafter, and that government would challenge it in the Supreme Court. Now let's lighten the mood just a little bit and focus on one of our favorites, the pizza. Now, thought to have been born as a poor dish in southern Italy, it has conquered the world. It's served in starred restaurants across the globe now. But its history may be several centuries old, as archaeologists in the ancient Roman city of Pompeii have now uncovered a painting, possibly the precursor to the Italian pizza loved by millions. This is according to Italy's Minister of Culture. We quote, "The flatbread depicted in the 2,000-year-old fresco may be a distant ancestor of the modern dish. It was found only 23 kilometers from Naples, the modern-day home of the UNESCO-protected pizza." Now, how's that for a spot of irony? And it looks delicious as well. While you beat back your food cravings, let's get into a little bit of sport. Bittersweet this morning. Riles got the latest.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, bittersweet indeed, and especially when it comes to rugby. Last night, Italy produced a superb display of wet weather rugby to stun the host South Africa and the majority of spectators at a rain-soaked Paul Gym. Now, Italy used their driving maul to devastating effect to secure a famous 34-26 bonus point victory. Now, it was a contrast of styles as South Africa played the more adventurous rugby, but Italy's pragmatic approach was better suited to the conditions, with all four of their tries coming from pick-and-drive attacks. Now, having gone 17 points down in the first 24 minutes and found themselves 19 points adrift at one stage in the second period, South Africa fought hard, but ultimately left themselves with too much to do. Well, from rugby news, let's head over to the cricket pitch right now. And England came close to wasting a superb fight back with some brainless batting late on the second day of the second Ashes test against Australia at Lord's. Now, the home side had done much to reverse the damage of a poor opening day, bowling Australia out for 416 and reaching 188 runs for 1 wicket in response. Now, Ollie Pope, Ben Duckett and Joe Root all gifted their wickets to Australia's telegraphed short ball plan. Now, the 3 wickets fell for 34 runs before Harry Brook and captain Ben Stokes took England to 278 runs for 4 wickets, with 138 runs behind at the close of play. Well, moving on with all the action coming through right now and over to the football pitch, Manchester United have agreed a deal, and this to sign England midfielder Mason Mount from Chelsea on a 5-year contract for £55 million plus £5 million in add-ons. Now, the 24-year-old will be Erik ten Hag's first signing of the summer as he looks to strengthen his side following United's qualification for next season's Champions League. On top of this, Chelsea spent £600 million last season and needed to sell before the 30th of June to ease financial fair play concerns. Now, Mount has secured 33 goals in 195 appearances for Chelsea. Well, moving on with all our sporting action and over to the tennis courts, where former world number 1 Caroline Wozniacki announced Thursday that she is set to return to professional tennis, and this 3 years after retiring to start a family. Now, the 32-year-old bowed out in 2020 after winning 30 WTA titles, including her sole Grand Slam triumph at the Australian Open in 2018. Now, in an interview with Vogue, Wozniacki said she wants to play at the Canadian Open in Montreal in August before traveling to the US Open, where she reached the final in 2009 and 2014. Well, that's a wrap-up on all the sport. We'll do it again in the next hour. For now, though, it's time to find out what's happening on the roads, and G-Man has the latest.
Thank you so much, Raul. Let's hit the traffic report first in Athlone in Cape Town. There's sadly been an accident on Jakes Gerwel. That's northbound at the N2. The left lane is currently closed, so please approach with caution and expect delayed times there. Then moving up north to Bedford View in Gauteng, there was a stationary vehicle on the N3 northbound at Van Buren Road. You know that's going to create a massive bottleneck. Right lane is closed. Please drive carefully. Then coming back down to the Eastern Cape, to Berkeley East, to be specific. Take a look at that. It's been snowing. This meaning all the roads are going to be slippery and wet. I mean, that's a proper snow. Please do approach all areas with snow and slippery roads as a result with absolute caution, or just stay indoors. I'm sure you can send in an excuse note that the boss will deal with that video. Then another video was shared in the area showing off this beautiful dog, absolutely loving the snow. Okay, scrap that, I'm changing my answer. Cancel work, get your dog outside and just go and experience that snow. Now, jokes aside, please be careful out on the roads. Well, on the topic of snow, let's get into the weather and a couple of warnings. And we start with an official death toll, sadly, that we need to get into. So let's start on the dark side of our weather this morning. The official death toll due to damaging strong winds and torrential rainfall that struck parts of KwaZulu-Natal earlier this week has now risen to 7, sadly. The bodies of 2 people were found in a canal on Bayhead Road in Durban. And a woman in her 20s and a teenage girl are believed to have been swept into the canal during floods on Tuesday. Non-profit organizations are going full out to collect necessities for people affected by the inclement weather in that province. You can see the level of devastation. The eThekwini Metro Police, or eThekwini Metro rather, has once again been very heavily affected. About 70 houses completely destroyed, a further 110 partially damaged as well. Meanwhile, the KZN MEC for Public Works and Human Settlement, Sipho Nkosi, has reassured residents affected by the recent storm damage that the government is working to provide resources. But our thoughts and prayers certainly go to those mostly affected, and especially the families who have lost loved ones. Now, let's get into some of your temperatures ahead of the weekend. And we start in Polokwane, your low 4 going up to 21. Mbombela, 8 is where you kickstart your day, 27 your high. Pretoria, 5 and 20 your range. Johannesburg, chilly start, 3. You only thaw out at 17, sorry. Mahikeng, 1 and 20 your range. Klerksdorp, chilly start, -1. Up to 16 degrees. Similarly, Kimberley, -1 to 15. Bloem, you're ranging from -4 to 14. Sorry, a correction from earlier. Freezing start there. Richards Bay, 12 your low, going up to 24 degrees. Pietermaritzburg, ranging between 5 and 21. Durban, thankfully, no rain expected today. Your temperatures ranging between 13 and 23. Umtata, 2 and 20. Moving to East London, 9 your low, going up to 20. Cradock, 2 and 16. Baga, 9 your low, going up to 18 degrees with a slight chance of rain there. George, 9 and 17 your temps for the day. Cape Town, the mother city, kickstarts on 10 going up to 16 with a 43% chance of inclement weather. Worcester, 7 your low, going up to 17. Sutherland, chilly start 1, only going up to 12 today, sorry. But Uppington, quite moderate by your normal standards. 13 your low, going up to a nice balmy 20. So thank you, 3 to 20 your range for the day there in Uppington, and no rainfall expected. So thank you so much to all of those who have contributed to the beautiful sunrise views. Let's reveal how your day starts. Let's start with Emil Jones in Baklu. Emil Jones captured this perfect moment of the sun. Look at that. Then Lilith in Pinetown sharing views of the colourful fluffy clouds out in the distance. Calvin, thank you for this one in Cape Town, showing off an early morning glance at the sky. Wow, that is stunning. Then Marianne in Strand enjoying a morning walk on the beach, as one does, with her dogs, feeling blessed, no doubts, to start the day with such beautiful skies. Thank you so much. We love to see how you start your day. Keep those images, videos coming, 0634088863. We'd love to see it. But right now, I have a feeling the sun is about to come out in our studio.
Oh, yes, put those shades on. It's about to get bright in here, indeed. I feel like I've been waiting all year for this moment right now, and I know you have too, Mzansi. It is now time for Zoe Zana to perform a song titled Jealous by Labyrinth. So let's not waste any time. Zoe, the stage is yours. Take it away.
Jealous of the rain fall upon your skin. It's closer than my hands have been. Oh, I'm jealous of the rain. Jealous of the wind that ripples through your clothes. It's closer than my shadow. Oh, I'm jealous of the wind. I wished you the best of all this world could give. And I told you when you left me, there's nothing to forgive. Always hoped you'd come back and tell me all you found was heartbreak and misery. It's hard for me to say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me. I'm jealous of the love that isn't here. It's gone for someone else to share. Oh, I'm jealous of the love. I'm jealous of the rain that ripples through your clothes. It's closer than my shadow. Oh, I'm jealous of the rain. I wished you the best of all this world could give. And I told you when you left me, there's nothing to forgive. Always hoped you'd come back and tell me all you found was heartbreak and misery. It's hard for me to say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me. As I sit in the sand and watch you cry, pull my hand as I die here another day. Yeah, 'cause all I do is cry behind the smile. I wish you the best of all this world could give. And I told you when you left me, there's nothing to forgive. And I always hoped you'd come back and tell me that all you found was heartbreak and misery. It's hard for me to say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me. It's hard for me to say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me. Thank you so much.
Jacobs 3-in-1, the perfect combination of coffee, milk, and sugar. Jacobs, the magic aroma.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Still recovering from that incredible performance from Zoe Zana. We will bring you more, I promise, on demand. Right now, though, let's get you to the World Cup. Let's get you on an unforgettable adventure and get you some amazing rewards, courtesy of Total Energies. Our man, literally on the street, Carl, is standing by to help you do it. We absolutely love it. We love it more when we can hear you, Carl. Obviously, some technical difficulties out in Paul, but he is going to have the time of his life. And yes, we will reconnect with Carl to find out how you can join the Total Energies Club and possibly book your ticket to get to France for a World Cup experience and possibly make your way via a cruise all the way to Ibiza. It is magical, and in just a moment, we'll reconnect with that team. And maybe if you're in the area, head down to the Total Energies in Paul, and you can meet Carl in person and maybe get a shout out live on air.
Yes, we will dive back into all the action with Carl in a bit. But for now, though, let's dive into some different action and celebrate, obviously, the theme of this month being everything that is true, everything that is honest and real. And there's someone that is exactly that. It's a former athlete, a soccer player, someone that is an activist for all the most incredible things that are happening right now. We're talking about Hlengiwe Buthelezi. Hlengiwe, are you there? Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, I'm doing very well.
It's so good to have you. Thank you for speaking about this topic, which I think is so important right now. I wanted to ask you, maybe you can talk to me about some of the challenges that you faced being a part of the LGBTQIA+ community.
I could barely hear you, because I only hear the...
All right, it looks like I've got a bad line. I'll try again. Hlengiwe, I was just trying to ask you...
I'm here.
Yeah, I was wanting to just ask you if you could talk to me about some of the challenges that you've faced, obviously being a part of the LGBTQIA+ community.
I'll say good morning to the viewers first. Yes, being an LGBTQI in South Africa, currently, it's okay, but we started from very far. It really was a taboo to be even playing soccer when you're a female in those days. Even in the neighborhood, they'll look at you otherwise. But we played anyway in those hard times. I'll say being queer in these days is very much easier than we had to go through.
Yeah. Now, from your perspective, do you think that South Africa is doing enough to allow for inclusivity in sport for everybody? And how do you think we could possibly do better if not?
South Africa is definitely getting a momentum in a step towards that, but it hasn't reached that part yet. We are still advocating for most of the things. When I say we, the collective of us and the queer leadership and the different organizations, and we have a problem with different institutions like SAFA, like maybe SASCOC, and all of that. They have not really shaped up in terms of being inclusive. Well, it starts with the huge patriarchy within those institutions. Even being a female in those leadership is still not an asset. Look at an example of SAFA. Just recently, Riley Axon was running for presidency, and we, as a collective of queer organizations, and specifically my organization, supported her. But it didn't happen. There's still a lot, SAFA as an example, a whole lot of those are there. Patriarchy is bad, but when it comes to homophobia, it's even worse. So a lot of work needs to be done, but at least it's getting the momentum because we're starting to see, for example, the ladies soccer's leagues. It's getting there. We're starting to see Banyana being recognized than we would have back in the days, but it's still not enough. We say equal pay, we say representation is the same.
All right, I love that. Thank you for your perspective, and we definitely can do more. You are absolutely right. I want to ask you about this incredible initiative you have at the moment called Afro Games, and the work you're doing in the community to allow people to feel like they belong. and to be able to have a space to just express themselves. What's happening here? What are the Afro Games exactly, and what is this work being done?
Okay, Afro Games are called African LGBTQI sports, very inclusive games, very inclusive, although they were founded on basis of queer representativity, but everyone can participate. Afro Games were founded after I've represented this country internationally, running in the gay games. So the gay games are gay Olympics internationally. So we have the vision in Africa, not just South Africa. These are the African vision of a gay Olympics where everyone will be allowed to be him or herself without any fearing to be discriminated. Look at the example of what happened to our champion Caster Semenya, for example. That's one example. A lot of this has happened because Afro Games was also supporting athletes from Namibia who were sent back home because of their sexuality, the one in Cameroon as well. Even within our institution in South Africa, some of these federations are not really inclusive. So Afro Games are that project that is breaking that homophobic barrier to say sports is such a discipline thing to do. Let us all coexist. Let us all embrace each other without any fear of sexuality or any other form. We are one. Sports is one unifying factor that saw this country during apartheid era, but we remained united, different races.
Oh, lovely stuff, Shlengiwe Buthelezi. Thank you so much. Even the chickens in the background are celebrating with you. They're saying, Viva! Yes, for Buthelezi, yes! Thank you for what you've done in this space. Thank you for being an athlete, an activist, and everything else involved in the Afro Games right now. You can reach out to Ms. Buthelezi if you want to get involved in these games. It's incredible, it's inclusive, and it's all about that here. Thank you for the work you've done. Absolute legend. And if you're inspired by that, then you definitely want to reach out and get involved. Right now, we're going to get involved with the rest of the show. She's tongue twisters. I'm getting so excited. You can clearly see the energy is here for the weekend, but G-Man standing by. Let's hit it.
Unfortunately, the Roosters dropped the mic for all of us, buddy. Time now to reconnect with Carl and Total Energies. Yes, we want to get you to the World Cup, give you an unforgettable experience.
Good morning, G. Welcome. You Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're out and about today, and I am here in the beautiful place called Paarl in the Western Cape at the Total Energies. This is the TE Paarl Mall branch, and I mean, it's amazing. So what I'm doing here today is telling you that if you're a Total Energies club member, there are so many ways you can pit stop and actually make some money today. And we all need to make some money. Come on now, we live in South Africa. And Total Energies actually looks after us in that way. So you can earn points and you can earn some cash back in a variety of different ways. You can fill up like I'm doing right now, actually, with the best petrol tenant in the entire world, Evile, trained to perfection. That man will fill your cup and your tank. He's amazing. Also, there's a chance for you to get some points from the shop behind me, Bonjour. I'm very good, and then also the car wash as well. But the point system, you're wondering, how do you get involved? Well, download the app. Total Energies have this really cool app, and I want to tell you exactly what to do. Go to your favorite app store, download it, or you can dial *120 *2683# if you want to. But the app is really cool. I want to show you how it works. So I've just filled up with $700. Why 700? Because it puts me in line to win a ticket to the Rugby World Cup to go and check out the Bokke. But Evile, let's do a little scan here. So come closer. This is how it goes, right? First and foremost, you go into your app. See, mine one is over there. You just tap on the app, and then security protocol. I've got my fingerprint sorted out, so it's very safe. Fingerprint is good to go. And then once you've done that, we are going to do this. Sorry, I just closed it because that's what we do. I've got so many different ways of hoing this. There we go. Fingerprint sorted. Now, we are going to do a little scan over here. And that scan is going to give me some points that I can redeem. And I'll tell you exactly. So we're going to earn some points today, all right? And we're going to scan those points. Evile, take me to the scanning screen. I scan. And let's go. And now we verify, which is so cool. And check it out. I just earned 465 points. Now, why are the points important? Because if you are indeed a Total Energies Club member, the greatest thing is you get a chance to, sorry, the music is really good here, but you get a chance to get 15%, of course, 15 cents per litre, I should say. 2.5%, that'll be some cash with regard to your spend in the shop as well. And then on the Total Energies motor oils, you can earn points there as well. But come over here, because I got my points here. I just saw my boy, Sia Kulisi. There is a unique opportunity for you to win one of 3 of these Gilbert rugby balls signed by Sia himself. And how do you do that? Well, go to your favorite Total Energies, and I want you to take a selfie on the forecourt, especially with this guy, all right? You take a selfie, and then you post it up on Total Energies socials with the hashtag, right? Hashtag Team South Africa, hashtag Team Total Energies, for a chance to get yourself one of 3 of those Gilbert rugby balls. It's as simple as that, signed by this guy. And as you notice, right, he's my size. I mean, this is proof. It's a life-size placard. That's how it goes. Also, stick around because later I'll be telling you exactly how easy it is for you to get yourself a trip to the Rugby World Cup in France to check out this incredible gent, all right? Because I know he's going to be fit. This incredible gent doing his thing with the Springboks, and I think it's an opportunity not to be missed. So let me give you a quick recap. Remember, 15 cents per litre if you're a club member. Join up now by downloading the app. Also, don't forget, 2.5% you get cash back with regard to your shop spend as well. If you want to look at other places, car wash, I need to wash my car. It's looking grey. It was black earlier. And then, of course, you do have motor oils that you can get, and that is also with Total Energies. A lot of ways to get yourself some points, but more importantly, to go to France, where we all want to go for the Rugby World Cup to celebrate. I'm going to take my selfie here because, yes, I may not be part of the competition yet, but with Sia, anything is possible. I will see you later.
Bonjour. If you're as excited about the Rugby World Cup in France as we are, then listen up. Total Energies has an amazing opportunity just for you. You can join the Total Energies Loyalty Club today. Spend 700 Rand or more, then you stand a chance to win double tickets to the highly anticipated South Africa versus Ireland game on the 23rd of September in France. So get down to your nearest Total Energies today to make sure that you do not miss out on the experience of a lifetime. That competition closes on the 15th of July, so get on it. All the T's and C's do apply.
feel-good breakfast show.
Introducing new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere.
Today we are here for love, whatever that looks like. And as the saying goes, in the tapestry of family, a son weaves a thread of love, respect, and togetherness. That's our role. Nominate your amazing son for a special dose of care, and they could stand the chance of winning 2,000 Rand, just like our next winner. Can we get a massive congratulations for Bocello Masemula? Congratulations. You are today's lucky winner. So, Hloni, the dad, in this case, a very proud dad, wrote this dedication, and I love it. My son truly has a heart of gold. He is gentle, loving, and looks out for everybody. He melted my heart by inviting a kid with no friends to join him for a day of fun at a trampoline park and laser tag. I'm about to burst out crying. It meant the world to him to make that kid's day. Hashtag Panado SA, hashtag a dose of care. Well, I'm hoping we've got both father and son on the line. Now, Hloni, are you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, buddy, you've broken me with that one. Between Zoe Zana singing and your incredible dedication this morning, oh, that is so, so beautiful. How would you describe the bond that you have with your son? He sounds amazing.
The bond is quite important and it's quite surprising.
I love it. What do you love? You've shown how compassionate he is. What inspiration do you get from your son? How does he make you feel?
My father makes me feel the best father ever. He made me to feel like to wake up early in the morning every day to go to work for him so that he can be the best son in the future.
Oh, buddy, I feel you. I think you and I live for the same reason, the same motivation. So, of course, we've got Bocello on the line as well. Bocello, how are you, young man? Oh, I don't know if he can hear us. Oh, but he's got off the line. He sounds like the most amazing, amazing son. I'm going to say to Hloni, to that beautiful young man who seems to be growing already into an incredible man, even at that young age. Congratulations to both of you. And the joy here, as at home, you can do the same thing. You can give your son the recognition and appreciation he deserves by showering with a well-deserved dose of care. Love it. Do you have the best son in the world? If he held your heart from the day he called you mum or dad, then now is your chance to show how much he means to you. Nominate him to stand a chance to win a daily cash prize of 2,000 Rand, which Panado SA is giving away weekdays from the 26th of June to the 7th of July. And all you have to do is enter by replying to the competition post that is posted on the Expresso Facebook page, Expresso Instagram page, or the Expresso Twitter page during the competition period. Remember to use hashtag Panado SA and hashtag a dose of care in your answer. T's and C's apply.
Oh, yes, indeed. Welcome back to the kitchen. Let's fill up those bellies and get it excited because Woolies source suppliers across the country from various climates to ensure that they can supply Avos throughout the year, and we are absolutely here for it. Now, that's all the reason for you to enjoy your Avo toast throughout the year without having to worry about the supply. But here to help us and also up our Avo toast game with some of his favorite recipes, Chef Clem in the building.
Do you remember those sad days?
Which ones?
When Avos weren't like available.
Yeah, it was like 8 months of the year. You were just Avoless, bro. Like
dark days.
Days weren't even average. They were below Avos. They were just like not
you wanted nachos? Shame. You wanted Avo on toast?
You want nachos?
Shame.
You can just have chips.
You just have chips.
And dry toast.
Shame. No.
Thank you for bringing us into the light, Woolies, for this beautiful era we reside in, where Avos are here all day, all night.
Okay.
Bring it on.
I'm going to ask you to smash some Avos for me because I've got a public service announcement while you're busy smashing.
All right, bring it on. What am I smashing it with? The fork?
Yeah, sure, why not? Cool. You got salt, pepper, a little bit of citrus. What do you want? Lemon. There we go.
Yes, get
so the
some
lemon
now,
obviously
man.
just
Thank you
stops it
very
from
much.
browning. Okay.
Public service announcement coming in.
Those
now.
people out there that be squeezing the living daylights out of Avos in the stores. I've strategically placed cameras, hidden cameras, to find out who you are. Because I'm telling you, it's a crime. You get so excited, you get this beautiful avo, you're gonna go home and you're gonna make something, and then what happened? Bruised. Because someone went there. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You don't need to. You can like trust the fact that they are ripe and they are ready.
If it says ripe and ready, it's
when
ripe
I was
and
a kid, I used to like literally think that that's how fruit came. Like honestly, because you just see like finger marks in it.
Right.
Everyone's like, "Ooh, is this ripe? Is this ripe?" I feel you, bro.
Don't do that.
I feel you.
So a good way, obviously, like Ralph said, if it says ripe and ready, it's ripe and ready. Another way is
best believe.
If you take out its little thing.
Is it not a pup?
No, the pup's in the inside.
Pup end?
Pup end. If you take out the pup end, you gotta say it with the accent, pup end, and you see like it's vibrant and green on the inside and the pup end comes out quickly, then you know it's ripe. Don't be playing games and squishing avos. You're not making guacamole in the skin. Just do that. Just do that. If it doesn't say ripe and ready, do that test and then you're good to go. Thank you. In that time that I was talking about smashing avos, you smashed them
Avos got
beautifully.
smashed, and there's
There
no
we go.
pup ends in here either, bro. We got you. Okay,
So,
what do you need with that?
What I like doing, and lately I'm doing this thing where we do this like spread of flavors, and everybody comes together and kind of builds their own. We've done that earlier this week. I did
I
that
love
yesterday
that.
when I had friends over.
It's like an option
Right.
sensation. Yeah.
Exactly. It does two things. They feel involved because they're taking the time to build their own food, and number two, you're doing less work.
Oh, yes, number two I'm here for.
There
as
we
well.
go.
That is smart. Okay. So just chuck it on the table, sort yourselves out.
Sort yourself out.
Nice, okay.
You're gonna work on a jalapeno chili fried egg side, okay, on a bagel.
Okay.
So what we've done is we've taken some chili crisp, and Nicole, the person who puts this kitchen together, makes
Yes.
everything so beautiful, was very excited today.
I see she did add some egg to the chili.
She added some egg to the chili. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna smash your avo down first.
Avo down first.
You're gonna
okay, so that's
add
like the
some-
base layer.
That's the base. That's
Yo.
the canvas. Right? And then you've got pickled jalapenos, fresh jalapenos, coriander, Graham's favorite, and then some lemon. And then I've got a trick for you. I've got some frozen feta.
Why would you do that?
If you come to my house and you open the freezer, you'll find little tiny mini blocks of those in the freezer.
Okay.
It makes the most amazing feta dust, but also it makes one of those.
Feta dust? What is that even?
I want to do it right now.
What do you
I want to do it right
mean?
now.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a little hint of feta dust first before you, and you can finish it again.
Okay,
so
bring it
feta
on.
dust, you freeze it really, really hard. And you
This
get
might be the first time on... Oh, wow.
It makes one block of feta go so fast. It is pretty
So
crazy.
it's like a new take on what? Like Parmesan cheese in a weird way, right?
Exactly.
I've never seen this done before.
There we go.
bro.
There we go. So you've also got that first layer of seasoning now because you're not adding salt, you're adding feta. I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea.
Wow, well played.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
the egg can go on here, right?
Yeah, crispy
Yeah,
egg goes
nice.
on, and you can
Crispy
take some
egg.
of all those chilies at the end if you want it. Forget about it. Actually, don't. All the chilies are already there. So
What do you
I'm
do with a
gonna
bagel if my egg is in the middle and there's a hole in the bread? Just let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna work on the next one, which is going to be. Let's do the trout one. Quite bougie, but like a nice brunch vibe. So I got some toasted rye. And it's also quite nice. You can play around with the bread. Start to put one bread out so you can get creative with it. There we go. Then I got some trout ribbons from Woolies.
Oh man, you're hitting the macros here, pal. Good source of carbs in the rye bread, good source of fat, and the protein.
The
baby, from
protein.
salmon.
The protein. And you know, like people love their salmon. People love their trout. We're gonna get that
People
open.
do, and I know that a lot of guys are gonna wonder now, look, how do I actually make this myself? But don't worry, ExpressoShow.com, we've got this recipe lined up for you already and waiting to be served this weekend. And let me tell you, this is definitely gonna show off when it comes to you and your cooking skills and inviting guests over. You can go wild, you can get creative, like Chef Clem has done right here. And don't forget to smash the avo, and you don't need to poke it, you don't need to touch it, because you can trust in the process. It is ripe. It is ready, and so will you be. Just buy it, get it in your oven. Get it in your oven.
Get it in your oven?
Don't get it in the oven. Get it in
Second
the
public service announcement. Second public service announcement. Don't put your avos in the oven.
To soften them. Maybe that's a... Maybe... No.
Third public announcement. Do not take advice from Rao in the kitchen. You be putting hard avos in the oven thinking they're gonna get soft. What?
Fine, fair enough. I'll accept that. But do trust me when I say you want to get this recipe and you want to buy any 2 avo punnets from Woolies and save 20% until the 2nd of July. What are you waiting for? This offer excludes loose avos and the 1 kg bags, but you can shop it in store, online, and of course on the app. And your T's and C's do apply. Chef Clem, how are we doing there, bro?
We're good. So we got the trout. We got the trout one done. I went in with some dill as well there. I actually served the wedge of lemon on top of the
rustic
thing. It just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Then I've got some chevin, which is goat's cheese, and it's nice and it's got that sharpness which you really want for this dish. I need another teaspoon.
No.
Got it. Teaspoon.
Got
right.
it, yeah.
Then you're gonna take your guac.
Yeah.
and pop it in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you can be very generous as much as you want with it. Got some vine roasted tomatoes, which we roasted in the air fryer. Put that on top. You know what? I'm having some toast with my tomatoes. There we go. Micro herbage. There we go. We're doing this. We did this in record time. There we go.
Smashed Evo, bang, boom, bastic. You heard it here first. Go find it online and enjoy. Nice job, bro.
Well done, you.
Nicely done. Oh, yeah.
Do it like this. Do it like get it, move it, own it. Do it like this.
Bespoke.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. If you want to get to the World Cup and live an unbelievable World Cup experience, you've got to join the club. I'm talking about Total Energies Club. And if you spend just 700 Rand or more, we can possibly get you to the World Cup. But I want you to get down to Total Energies in Paarl right now, because Carl might just wash your windows.
It's a Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're still live at Total Energies TE Paarl Mall. And I just decided to go around to ask some very friendly people like this gentleman over here how they are feeling today. Because you know what? The Rugby World Cup is coming up, and he may not know, even though it's so weird that I haven't greeted him yet, but it doesn't matter because I like this. He may not know that he could be in line to get to the Rugby World Cup to go watch the Bokke. But first and foremost, introductions. Hello, sir. What's your name?
My name is Aldrich.
Aldrich, it's a pleasure to have you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Aldrich, tell me, are you ready for the Rugby World Cup in France?
Definitely. Go Bokke!
That's the energy we need. In fact, that's the Total Energies that we actually need. Now, did you know that if you spend 700 Rand or more at your favorite Total Energies, you will get a chance to be in the draw to get tickets, all right? Double tickets to go see the Bokke in France. Did you know this?
Yes, of course, because I've got the Total Energy app.
Total Energies app, okay, I just need some proof there, please. I just want to, you know, because anybody can say, I got the Total Energies app, but the thing is you have to actually have.
There we go.
Look at this proof here. Look, can I just grab this? Look at that. That's proof. And look at all those points. 11,829 loyalty points. That's what I'm talking about. Remember, that can be redeemed for cashback vouchers or, in fact, anything you really need at Total Energies. But here's the thing. Do you know which match, can you guess, you would see if you were to win this competition in France?
It would probably be South Africa versus New Zealand.
That would be amazing, but it's actually South Africa versus Ireland. That's what you may be seeing, which is fantastic. So, Aldridge, we are going to make sure that you get yourself into the draw. You have indeed spent 700 Rand or more, but Total Energy is so convenient. Also, can I not, you know what, I'm full of facts today. Not only can you actually earn points by filling up, but also when you go into a Bonjour, and you go get yourself, because bonjour in France, it must make sense. You know what I'm saying? You go bonjour, give me please 700 Rand for silver shopping, and then next thing you know, you're also in, and the car wash, and Total Energies motor oils as well. So Aldridge, you're going to pay now, right? Are we seeing you in France?
Definitely. Go Boca!
I like that, eh? What's your favorite French word?
Bonjour.
See, that was so easy because it's the name of the shop. But it's fine, Aldridge. It's okay. We'll let him go. I'm going to get my boy Evile, who actually served me a little earlier, to help him out with regard to the swiping moment. But that's how easy it is. Aldridge spent 700 bucks. In fact, a little bit more than that. And the really great thing is that this is the beautiful time where you get into the draw. Remember, double tickets to go see the Boca in France. It's Springboks up against Ireland, and you will get a chance. So go to your local Total Energies. I want you to spend 700 bucks or more. Do this whole thing. It's happening in front of you live. These are not paid actors. They are real people. That's why I love live TV. And they are going to do this into action. Look at that. See how it's fantastic. So remember, make sure you get to your Total Energies, spend 700 bucks or more, get involved with the draw, and then hopefully we'll see you in France. Remember to redeem your points. Download the app today. You can also dial *120 *2683#, and you got this app on your phone. It gives you points. I'm talking about that 15 cents per litre cashback, as well as 2.5% cashback on your spend inside those shops. So a couple of options. Aldridge's Way, filling up. The car wash, Total Energies, motor oils, and Bonjour, the shop that you can walk into and spend that 700 bucks or more. And we will see you in France. Au revoir.
Bonjour. If you're as excited about the Rugby World Cup in France as we are, then listen up. Total Energies has an amazing opportunity just for you. You can join the Total Energies Loyalty Club today. Spend 700 Rand or more, then you stand a chance to win double tickets to the highly anticipated South Africa versus Ireland game on the 23rd of September in France. So get down to your nearest Total Energies today to make sure that you do not miss out on the experience of a lifetime. That competition closes on the 15th of July, so get on it. All the T's and C's do apply.
Now, with that being said, I hope you have your coffee ready, because it's time to hit pause. Bring it on.
It's time to hit pause with Jacobs.
Oh, I'm absolutely loving this morning, loving the show, and loving the fact that you are still joining us. And what we're going to do right now is something that we so love. It's our time and a moment to take pause, right?
Yeah, we do. And on a show like this, you do need to do that every now and then. It's been an emotional roller coaster and just so wonderful. And of course, a little bit of spice, which we are here for as well. What we have been loving over the last couple of weeks is tasting the brand new Jacobs ranges, the Origin ranges, which are absolutely amazing. I think we're rocking the Latin American blend right now.
Yeah, the flavor is full, it's bold, and I'm here for it, man. This is how you warm up your morning.
Beautiful, man.
Very well played, but it doesn't stop there, and it's not just this that we're getting excited for, but earlier this week we also asked you to spill the beans and answer a tricky question, to say the least. Now, listen to this. When guests come over, do you serve them your best coffee, or do you serve them the one at the back of the shelf? That was the question we asked you, and we wanted brutal honesty for this one.
Exactly, man. and I think, because we all assume, no, of course, guests get the best coffee. Maybe not, man. So we asked for brutal honesty, and that's what we got. Moragoa Motsepe gave us just that. She said, woo! I hope my neighbor doesn't see this, but I serve them the one at the back of the shelf because the best Jacobs coffee is for me and my family. Sorry, guys. And you know what?
Can you blame her?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's okay, man. You're showing
the
unity in that family. Absolutely loved the honesty. Thank you so much for being that person who's made it okay for everybody else to do the same.
Look, we honestly love the honesty so much that we were like, you know what? This is what we're about. So, because of this honesty, she's won us off a Jacobs coffee hamper and a KitchenAid worth 12,000 Rand. Yes! How cool is that?
Honesty really is the best policy.
Bring it on.
Oh, congratulations, Monagoa. Now you've got a lot of the best coffee to keep for yourself and not share with your neighbors, because I think you're not going to change. I have no doubt that that's the way you're going to play it, man.
But thank you so much. And thank you as well, and everybody that entered this one and shared your honesty with us. But don't worry, there is going to be another chance to win Jacobs next week. But for now, we want you to go make yourself a cup of the good stuff. Hit pause and enjoy. Cheers, bruv. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice.
Introducing new Jacobs Origins. For those who recognize the authentic taste and aroma from Latin America and Southeast Asia. Magical Jacobs aroma.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. What an incredible show it's been. What an incredible month it's been. Celebrating so much magic, so much authenticity, and obviously everybody that has been coming out has a story that is so different. And this being Pride Month, I think this is so fitting. Now, Pride Month, we get to reflect on just how important it is to represent these communities, and especially regardless of their personal journeys. Now, someone that's here that is a special friend of ours, part of the furniture, like family, to talk about this, a multi-talented Linnell Kennard. Let's put our hands together and welcome you back. Yes!
It's so lovely to be here. Thank you for having me, Ryan.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. How are you feeling? Welcome back.
It's nice to be up this early.
Yeah, and looking exceptional. Well done. You haven't forgotten how to do the things so early in the morning, right?
It's like riding a bicycle.
One thing that possibly wasn't like riding a bicycle was coming out. This is huge for so many people for so many reasons. Everybody has this huge obstacle and weight that they feel when they have to just deal with this issue. What was it like for you? Talk to me about your journey. Give me all the details. Mzansi definitely resonates with this as well, and I think your story is going to inspire right now.
Thank you. I would explain that journey as something that was like the most beautiful and also like challenging part of my like coming into myself and my personal journey, and just realizing that as a society we have so far to go to like normalize that queer people exist, that we've always existed, that there are spaces for us to just be ourselves and be celebrated for that, like both socially and also like when it comes to the politics around it, like the laws that exist.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And I want to maybe throw you off here slightly. This might put you on the spot, but would you prefer a world where we didn't even need to have people coming out? Would it just be the norm? Or do you think it's necessary that we celebrate the fact that we can assert ourselves and celebrate our authenticity?
Yeah.
Tricky question, but what are your thoughts on that?
I think there needs to be celebration until it is like normalized. The perfect world is where it wouldn't like matter, but that it would be like an extension of who you are. So I came out in 2020, and for me that process started when in 2018 actually I met a woman and I fell in love with her and had like all of this internal conflict for 2 years about what does it mean about my sexuality and like even like gender issues coming into play. And 2020 the pandemic happened and I happened to be like in lockdown with this person, with other friends, like we were 7 in a house. And like just the fact that the world was ending and like everyone was looking at their lives like really for the first time properly. And I was like, I love this person. Why is it different than if I was in a heterosexual relationship? And I was like, I'm gonna be honest about myself and I'm gonna come out to my friends, my community and my family. And it was beautiful and it was also painful because I lost a really important relationship with like a parental figure in the process. And that is like, unfortunately, still very often like people's experiences with their coming out is like being shunned by people that they thought were supposed to like embrace and accept them.
And a genuine fear and something I constantly see to this day, and it's something that irks me inside to a point where it's frustration because these are people that you look up to, your parents, your father and mother figures, the ones that you want to make proud, right? How much of a conflict is that actually when you have someone in your life that you want to just do everything for, make them proud, uphold that family name, whatever that is, but you also have your own truth to live. What happens when that is in conflict, which is often the case? What do you do and what would you maybe suggest in that situation? Because I know so many people dealing with that right now. How do I face this fear of potentially disappointing my parents, the ones I love the most, but that's my honesty, that's my truth. How do we navigate this?
I think it's a complicated question, but I think just more support is needed for both of those parties because parents have expectations naturally about what they want for their children, and you coming out and like shaking that up is traumatic for them sometimes to deal with. But there's also like, I think what's beautiful about becoming more authentically yourself is it shows you who your people are. And a parent can either go on that journey with you and be open and say like, I don't know, but I want to learn and I want to support you, or they can end up turning their back on you. But through that process, you know, like if that relationship is one that is worth having in your life moving forward. And then the beautiful thing is from that space, you get to have chosen family, which is the most beautiful thing.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, not
Chosen
people necessarily
family.
that you're related by blood with, but people that like see you and celebrate you and are safe spaces for you to be yourself.
We need more of that. We need more people like that in our lives. I love this conversation. I love where it's going because for me, I think we also live in a country where if you vary and base it against others, we're in a unique situation where we seem to be encouraging this. We seem to be supporting this. For me, this conversation almost extends to the point of like, and you mentioned it now with this parent situation, it's almost like to say, why can't love just supersede everything else that's going on right now? Why can't you seeing me be happy be an overruling sort of guide amongst anything else? And if a parent could see that in their kid and know that it's making them happier, nothing else should necessarily be questioned. In this country, though, it seems like we have more of an opportunity to celebrate pride, celebrate ourselves, celebrate living authentically. Why do you think that's so important right now, especially in this country?
Oh my gosh, I think we live in a time where just representation matters, and because of the way that media works and all of us have channels to be able to live publicly, there's one aspect of that, but Africa is a very contentious place for queer rights. Like South Africa, our constitution supports us in principle, but socially, there's a lot of stigma still attached to it.
In Africa alone, there's some mad polarities
in Africa,
as well.
So I think For me, it's finding like queer joy, but also keeping in mind like the bigger picture that we are still fighting for basic human rights here, and to just like find peace and healing within myself and joy in my community.
Now, I wish I could just chat to you the entire morning, but before you go, one last thing, maybe with all your wisdom, all your years of experience, and someone that has emancipated themselves, what advice would you maybe have for someone possibly going through the same thing, someone younger than you that's trying to honestly live and embrace their authentic selves? What advice would you maybe give them to enter into that space more confidently?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Support. Find the support where you can. There are resources, there are people that you can speak to. It does get better if it is hard initially. And just that there's a better world and more peace within yourself at the end of that. And that's what I concentrate on, and that's like part of what my advocacy is about.
Lenal Kennedy and Mzansi, if you want any more inspiration, look at the smile on this face. For anybody wanting happiness like this, find it within yourself. Chase your own honesty, chase your authenticity, and celebrate who you really are. I think it's important for us to express ourselves, our human rights, and the fact that in this country especially, you have the right to be you. Let's celebrate that.
And hopefully, Nell, you feel that we are an extended part of that chosen family, and I'm so glad that this is a safe place for you. There is one last opportunity to use this platform to just admire someone who is your spirit animal, as I always say. And we're going to squeeze in just a few comments quickly while we can. Gary Okamp, the OG himself, no matter what, you should always be authentic and truthful to yourself. A certain South African rapper came out as gay. Now his girlfriend is pregnant and he's saying he's not gay anymore. As a gay guy, I know you can't choose to be gay or straight. And clearly this is going to be that kind of issue for a lot of people. We love to blanket this with one notion. These are individual journeys that we are all on to discover ourselves. That looks different to every person, but the fact that we are critically thinking about this gateway is absolutely vital. So please continue to do that today, to celebrate those people that you admire for truly living their truth. We'll connect again in just a moment.
Making a cappuccino with thick creamy froth is now impressively easy. Jacobs.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Introducing new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5 ml. Introducing new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere.
Always remember that better days are ahead. Maybe say it to yourself again. They are ahead, especially when we have people, organizations, movements, I'm going to call it, that are committed to uplifting and caring for those around them. Well, today we get to sit down with Taryn Correa, brand manager for analgesics from Adcock Ingram, to speak about the incredibly special Panado Dose of Care campaign that we have been living for the last few months. But before we get there, let's see how Panado has been sharing a dose of care with South Africa.
As South Africa's trusted dose of care for nurturing families back to health, Panado joined hands with the Expresso Morning Show and Afternoon Express, inviting the nation to share a dose of care with their unsung heroes. Nominated for a 5,000 Rand dose of care, feeding scheme volunteer Amokalane Ngobe just paid it forward.
I will use my dose of care for donating sanitary pads and toiletry packs to the needy of my community.
Amo clearly takes after Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman of Gift of the Givers, who Panado donated a 500,000 Rand dose of care to.
I believe that every individual deserves a dose of care. They are human. People need acknowledgement.
Annabelle Murray nominated her sister to Vashni Naidu.
Whenever I need her, she is one call away. I can call her 100 times in the day. She is there to answer my call.
And that's Panado, the one dose of care you can always trust.
We love all of you. Amo, what you did there, I use this term a lot, you are my spirit animal. You have inspired me. But I think at the heart of this amazing team at Panado SA, Taryn, you must be so unbelievably proud. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I know you are terrified to be here, but you are taking one for the team.
Understatement.
Yeah, exactly. But that's TV, and you're willing to do this because you believe, just like we believe in the power of a dose of care. When this campaign, I'm going to call it, landed on Expresso, we knew that there was going to be something fun, exciting, maybe get some good TV moments. We did not expect this level of authenticity, the level of love, the care, the families, the people that we've been introduced to, just mind-blowing. Why do this campaign? I'm sure retrospectively, great, massive success, but to take this step is quite a brave thing to do. Why did you guys do it?
So I think what we've seen from the video is the impact that it's had on people's lives.
Definitely.
And what we've said is that caring isn't necessarily as easy as it sounds. It's actually quite hard. And a simple act of kindness can really change people's lives. So what we wanted to do with the campaign is really give South Africans the opportunity to nominate other South Africans who show that dose of care and care for other people, because we also know that caregivers usually think of other people before themselves, and that is actually such a small, heroic act. So we just wanted to say, we see you, we acknowledge you, and we appreciate you. So since we started the campaign, as you've seen, we've impacted tens of thousands of lives in a positive way. And it's not just been people, it's been animals, it's been the environment. So really it's about empowering our people, positive South Africans who are really paying it forward and actually making our world a better place for now and for generations to come.
You say tens of thousands, we've touched millions, because this has been a duality. We have seen the language that people are using to talk about people that they cherish and admire, that inspire them, change through this campaign. We've seen a section of market that would normally be in the big marketing world ecosystem just written out of the equation. And those have been the most prominent, powerful messages through this campaign. That says to me that this is real, that as a brand that is there to help people, you are looking for ways that you can do that beyond just your product range, which speak to a specific lane. You want to help people, which means you've got to be aware of what's going on. We're going into winter. It's hectic time for everybody. And yes, we'll warm ourselves from the emotional content, undoubtedly, but how are you guys wanting to help and do more and keep people warm this winter?
So don't forget, we've done a lot of things. So we've done an Easter campaign, we've done a Daughters campaign, we've done a Mother's and Father's Day campaign as well, because as a parent, I know that parenting is one of the hardest yet most rewarding jobs in the world.
You don't need to be thanked, but it would be nice every once in a while.
But it's a very rewarding job. I just want to say hello to my children, Taylor, Noah.
Taylor, Noah, we love you guys, man.
Love you. But I think let's just wait. There's some exciting news that we're going to be sharing later. So, so how
And if we
we're
look
gonna
at your
order.
track record, it is going to be big, big news. Stick around. I cannot wait to find out about that. When we talk about the range, as a parent, thankfully, I've been able to lean on you guys when there have been no other options. You have just got it right. You are able to help that family model in a different way. How have you guys been able to do that? And what support do you offer? You talk about parents, you talk about kids. It's been pretty much one of my only go-tos.
Well, every dose of care that is administered basically gives you effective pain and fever relief. So we have an extensive range, and you say it's for the family, but when we say it's for the family, we mean it's
really
for the entire
is.
family.
Yeah.
So literally, you can take a Panado from cradle to grave. So we've got an adult range and a kids range, but I'll start with the kids range. So we've got a variety of flavors and formats, and also we've got sugar-free and alcohol-free options. Our flavors are strawberry and peppermint. We've got syrups, we've got drops, which comes with a easy dose control dropper. So it's all about convenience and compliance. And then also we've got a very convenient on-the-go 5ml sachet. So what you need to do is when you're on the go, when you're traveling, you just pop it into your bag or your nappy bag, and you don't have to worry about the syrup leaking into your bag. I know a lot of parents have issues with that. And then from an adult range perspective, we've got tablets, capsules, and effervescent. Capsules helps a little bit with the swallowing, because I know that some people have pain points with swallowing.
Yeah.
And
It's
then,
quite nuanced, that's the thing.
yeah. And then from an innovative perspective, we've got effervescence, which works immediately, but it's for those people who have an issue or it makes it less painless.
For sure, and I also, maybe it's all psychosomatic, but I'm that kind of person. Once I believe a particular thing out of a range works, I will go to that, and that does play a part, undoubtedly. On behalf of all pregnant women, I'm going to thank you as well, because that has been a major thing through the process of both of my kids, so my wife is equally as grateful. All of this begs the question, because you work in a fiercely competitive space.
Correct.
That's dominated by global players that are shoving a marketing message down our throats. You've been able to transcend that to become one of the most trusted brands in South Africa. How have you got that right? Is there an equation? Is it all heart? How do we achieve this?
So I think you said it yourself. We are an iconic institutional brand, a proudly South African brand that is actually a part of the South African fabric. I think we all know, and we've grown up with Panado. It's been in our medicine cabinets, and also we have memories of the great advertising that Panado has done. One of my favorites is the ad with "It's because I'm a children," but also a lot of memory structure in "It's the GP's choice." But I think you've said it. There's no formula, there's no science, and I think where we are from a dose of care perspective, it's really understanding what our consumers need from a pain point perspective and a pain occasion, making their life a little bit easier, but it's all about giving them effective pain and fever relief in the hardest times for the entire family in many occasions. So I think we will continue to be the trusted brand, and we've actually done a lot of research, and our consumers are telling us that we are a very trusted brand. We've got the heritage, but it's just making sure that we stay relevant and that we continue with the good work that we're actually doing and impacting people's lives in a positive way.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be said, but I don't think you have a choice, because that's how you're built, and that's how you've built your structure.
That is our DNA.
Yeah, completely. So thank you so much, and I love that that notion is expanding through communities in completely different ways, and is going to change the lives of one particular community member. A little bit later in the show, I am dying to find out more, but sometimes it just takes one act of kindness to change a person's life, and Panado is leading the way. Stay tuned, because yes, when we reconnect with Taryn a little bit later in the show, we are going to be giving out a dose of care right here on Expresso, and I cannot wait to find out where it's going.
Being a parent can be challenging, but stepping out is when things get real complicated. That's why new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets are here to make the job easier. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere. Panado, a dose of care.
Oh yes, Mzansi, great conversation. We're going to carry on doing that right now, especially since the theme is, of course, Pride Month, and rounding things up with all things proud. Now, self-expression is something that takes many forms, and this Pride Month, it shows how beautiful of a thing it can be to embrace who you truly are. Now, someone that's doing this so well, Riley Axon, who creates incredible works of art that tell stories of just that, a journey of becoming who you are and a journey into authenticity. Now, in the studio today, we have artist Riley Axon. So let's welcome Riley. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
Yes! More ovation than I even thought myself. How are you doing, firstly?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure, and this is exciting. I want to dive straight into it because you even yourself look like you've embodied art. Your look, everything about it.
It's me.
But this itself, I want to talk about it. When did this start, the whole art, the expression of art? Why did you even find a resonance with it? And yeah, talk to me about the history behind this.
I mean, it started when I wanted to start exploring myself. I wanted to find a safe space. It was COVID. I was like, what am I going to do now? And I just wanted to explore and express and create. I was obviously feeling a lot of things. It was around the same time I was like coming to terms with my gender identity, and I was like, I don't identify with a woman. I don't identify with the sex I was assigned at birth. And I started exploring what that looks like to me, and that went into painting. I bought like big A2, A1 sheets of paper, and I just started creating.
Wow, so this is pretty unique. So this is almost like an expression of your journey, your sort of like sifting through and navigating in this crazy space. It's giving me feelings and emotions, and I want to talk to you about this because I'm trying to figure out what exactly does this represent. I see like figments or bodies of some sort. I see two different sort of entities maybe. What's happening here? What's going on? Because it's more than just a picture to me. There's emotion that's striking in weird ways. What's happening?
You're not wrong, you're not wrong. It's like, so this is me in a way where it's like there's various parts to me and you can't always see exactly what it is. And like when you first look at it, like I'm masculine, I'm feminine, I'm something in between, I'm not quite that, but they all make up parts of me. And this is all what I am and how I feel. And they're all valid and they're all flowing and interchanging, and it's never quite just one thing. But it is always beautiful to hear what other people see when they look at it, right?
Yeah, and I think it's so true because I'm sure this resonates with people in so many different ways. For me, I definitely get that. Someone that is constantly trying to deal with the emotion inside of me and what it means to be a man is exactly this. You've got all this balance of polarity when it comes to this emotion, and it creates a very interesting journey as we try to navigate and figure this out. You're on a journey right now. You're on this journey of transition. Not many people are aware of what you are actually going through in this process. Is there any way you can share some insight into that? Like what it's like, what are you dealing with right now?
I mean, it's a journey, right? It's a journey, because when I first realized that I was trans, I went to a very masculine side. It was like, I'm trans mask, I identify as a trans man. I was using strictly he, him pronouns. I was like operating in that space. And the more time went by, the more I realized that I actually do like my feminine side. I also do respect my feminine side. And I want to exercise like both of these entities. And what I feel most comfortable in is being they, them. It's being non-binary, it's being genderqueer. But essentially this journey that I've been on has been exactly that. It's been a journey. I try to be like as compassionate and as caring as I can be with myself, because there's no like final destination of like, this is it, you know? It's like, we're always learning, you always need to be open to these things, and I think that's what makes it beautiful about being trans, is that you are.
It does, and you know what? Like in that moment that you've just spoken, it finally just hits to me like what your art actually is. It's a representation of us, essentially. It's this constant movement of emotion, of identification, of what we're feeling, what we're trying to understand, and I think that is the art itself. That is the beauty of it. It's the fact that at any point in time, we are that expression of the emotion. We are that art piece, and it's constantly changing. And now I see that movement in your pieces. I'm like, whoa, it's not just two elaborate colors put on a canvas. This is so much more. You're representing something huge for me. It's not just an artist, not someone that's going through a process or a journey, but someone that is identifying themselves and emancipating all the rubbish and truly being themselves. For someone going through something like this right now that is struggling to figure it out, deal with it mentally, how would you suggest they navigate this space? What sort of tips do you maybe have for them to make this a little bit easier? Loaded question.
Loaded question, yeah, many angles. But I think the advice that I would give my younger self is to not be as afraid. It's like, I feel like we make it worse in our mind, and there is a lot of things out there right now that can be scary. But the advice I want to give is just, there's a whole community out there of people that love you, people that are here. There are people that have come before you, and there are people that will hold you on the other side. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. You're actually incredible. And yeah, I just want to encourage everyone to just take it at their own pace and find your community, because we're here.
Riley Axon, thank you so much. The artist, the activist, in my opinion, as well. Someone that's expressing on behalf of so many of us. And a massive, incredible reminder for you to see this face, see this beauty, how it's emancipated itself. You deserve that. You deserve to be you and find your tribe. There are people out there waiting to just open up their arms, embrace who you really are, and celebrate with you. So do that. Find yourself, and then you'll find your people. I love that. Nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, what's that?
This is Octifex, a new accessible platform to trade Forex on global markets.
Cool. What's the Forex?
It's short for foreign exchange, trading currencies.
Buy low, sell high. Score points, right?
Exactly.
What's leverage?
It's like you got cool friends. They vouch for you, and you can trade it big.
Precisely.
So basically, it's an app where you learn and trade, and it's safe, and it looks good.
That about sums it up here. Octifex, trading made clear.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We're all about love today and how we can propagate this, certainly here in South Africa. An act of kindness, no matter how small, can go an incredibly long way. It can be life-changing. We've seen it in our show's ecosystem. We are now sitting down with two incredible individuals, the CEO of the Haven Night Shelter, Shadrack Valaya, and marketing and PR manager, Chido Nenguke. And they are making a massive difference in the lives of so many people by just living this truth of care and love. Shadrack, Chido, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
It's tough out there, man. It is tough out there.
Yes.
It is desperate. And I think we've just learned to be desensitized, or maybe we've had to ignore what is going around on the streets outside our houses. You step in to fill a particular hole within communities across, certainly across in Cape Town in a way that is marvelous to see, but it must be so challenging. Talk us through, Shadrach, what you do as an organization. How do you fit into that ecosystem?
So the Haven Night Shelter, I mean, we know that there's thousands and thousands of homeless people on our streets. And so what we do is we are a vehicle, basically, that takes homeless people from the street to reunify them with their family. And there's a process. You don't just take them from the street and say, they get into a... There's so much more. There's so much hurt. There's so much pain. There's so much rejection that we deal with. We have social workers that deal with that. But we also understand that people on the street, you know, there's drugs of choice that they're addicted to, so they got to go through a rehabilitation program before we can either reintegrate them into their communities, or ultimately at the pinnacle of it all is to reunify them with their families, with their loved ones.
With love, because love can transcend. It really can, and it's not a cliche anymore. It's a survival tool, and we need to cotton onto this. When we talk about the challenges that you face, myself working in this space, struggled with the notion of someone giving their so-called freedom away, or maybe going through the process of rehabilitation, which is difficult for a well-resourced person. And we had this lovely notion going into COVID, we're going to put all the homeless people in one big shelter, great, and then withdrawal hit at the same time. So many challenges. What are the biggest challenges that you wake up to fight every day, Chido? What has you screaming into the wind?
It's definitely those triggers, like Shadi was saying. You know, there's so many, every step of the journey, there are triggers as they go along, trying to get back home to their families, you know. So helping them through that, and just giving them the plan, you know, because we also do like a personal development plan with them, to actually make sure that they are also on par with us.
It's invested in it.
Yes, it's a partnership between us and them.
It's a thankless job. I mean, we thank you on TV in a PR sense, and you get these moments. That's great, but the success rate isn't on our side in this space because of those challenges. But when you get it right, when you get a person back to their family, whether that's a child, whether that's a man who has been broken down 20 times by life and just can't pick himself back up. Shadrach, what is that like when you get it right?
So, I mean, I've come in new as the CEO as from February, and I've spoken to all my managers, and I said, for us, it must be a huge celebration.
Yes.
Because it's a success. This guy's been on the streets for 18 years now, last week. And we put him on a bus, and we sent him one to Durban, one to Joburg. And I said, let's celebrate and get excited. But the aftercare is also important. We don't just reunify them and forget about them. You know, just that phone call, how's things going? And when we send them a bus ticket, their meals for their road, clothing, etc., a hamper, so when they go to the other side, they have some food. So it's a massive celebration, and we're excited about that because, I mean, last month we did 20 reunifications.
Wow.
That's 20 people off the streets permanently.
Back home to their families.
And
can we get a round of applause, actually, because I don't think people truly understand what it takes to get to that point. And it's not them, then it becomes generational. I've met third-generation street people, families that have grown up through 3 generations on the street. You're breaking that cycle once and for all.
And they also, the skills they learn while they're at the Haven. It's just amazing. You zone in on what they specialize in. We've got artists, we've got people who like to sing, and we
entrepreneurial spirit. And the best thing is they've learned the toughest lesson of all, survival and picking yourself back up. As a business owner, someone in life, you need to know this. So here's the kicker, because I wanted to ask you guys to please inspire us with a message, but you do that every single day. To provide a roadmap, you've done it every single day. And I figure there is a reason why things are weaving together as they are just right now. We are obviously so excited to have the Panado team here because Taryn Correa from Panado SA is going to be joining us this morning to reinforce just how important it is to have a dose of care. So she's now officially become my co-presenter for the day, so take over the reins.
Well, high five. And virtual high five. Thank you guys for the dose of care that you're giving. So I know that you arrive thinking that it's just an interview, but because you've shown that you care and you're making such an impact in other people's lives, and listening to you, it is a process and it's a really tough one. So because you guys are caring and you are making a commitment to making your community a better place, from Panado, we would like to, out of thousands of nominations, award you with 5,000 Rand as part of our Dose of Care campaign. Wow. And Expresso is going to match another 5,000. So we are giving you 10,000 Rand.
Yeah. I like the way you shot me at and looked there. 5,000 Rand from Expresso's side. It's not coming from me.
You know about that 5,000?
I did. I'm a liar. I'm sorry. I'm an awful, manipulative liar. No, I absolutely love it because it's not lost on me.
Thank you. That is going to go a long way.
We thank you that you are showing daily care.
Add on to that, we've realized that we're almost to capacity at our shelters. We have more than 1,200 beds, and we're pushing now to extend our bed space at Napier, 60 extra beds this winter.
Come on.
Another 40 beds in Wynberg this winter. We're creating space to bring more people in so that our social workers can work with them and get them. It's cold out there. It's freezing.
Oh, it's killer.
The other morning I was driving past and I saw this guy, in the baby position, cold, no blanket, just a T-shirt and a pants. And it hurt me. And I'm like, we need to create more bed spaces to get more people in.
Well, now you have the opportunity.
That's
so
right.
much.
And also people don't realize that you can start from 75 Rands just by buying what we call the Haven Passport, which is where you will have then sponsor somebody to have a night with a shower,
Just to feel like a human.
Dignity.
Yeah.
Yes.
When we talk about respect and dignity, I know you live these principles. I think the two of us are struggling to kind of maintain our emotions a little bit today. I know you guys have had to pull yourself out of that emotional maelstrom to do the work that you do. Hopefully this helps in a little way.
Yes.
But thank you so much for just being who you are. Likewise, you as an organization. Absolutely incredible. What an absolute privilege and an honor to just be a little part of this journey and help to change lives on the most fundamental level. 18 years on the street, no more. So thank you so much to this amazing Panado SA team and to my Expresso family, Brad and the rest of the guys that jumped on board with this. Thank you. This is what a dose of care within your community looks like. Well done. Thank you.
Being a parent can be challenging, but stepping out is when things get real complicated. That's why new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5 ml sachets are here to make the job easier. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere. Panado, a dose of care.
Oh yes, Mzansi, what an incredible show it's been, celebrating so much and rounding up Pride Month right now, and such a fitting occasion for it. And Zoe Zana is still here on the stage. We're celebrating her. And recently, obviously, you've come back from traveling, you've come back from doing incredible things, sharing your voice, sharing your talents. There's so much I want to ask you. Right now, I think what's more important is just you specifically, where you at in the game. What's resonating with you the most right now when it comes to music and the space that you're in right now?
Finding myself. That's a constant journey for all of us, I think, as individuals, as people. But as artists, as a voice of the people, it is a constant, you evolving every day, you're growing, you're changing. And I'm just leaning into that. And I'm allowing myself to just become whoever I'm supposed to be. And I guess the end result will be the music that's basically going to put it all together for us.
It is the music, and your trajectory is just looking like it's going up and up and up. Zoe Zana is here, and this song is absolutely fitting right now for Pride Month. It's all about our beauty. So let's see Beneath You're Beautiful, this one by Labyrinth and Emily Sunday. But Zoe Zana is taking the stage for this one. Slay away.
Tell all the boys no, 'cause it makes you feel good, yeah. Behind your Broadway show, I hear the boys saying, please don't hurt me. You've carried on so long, you couldn't you tried it. You've built your wall so high, no one can climb it. But I'm gonna try. Would you let me see beneath it beautiful? Would you let me see beneath your perfect? Take it off now, girl, take it off now, boy. I wanna see inside. Would you let me see beneath your beautiful tonight? Oh, tonight. You tell all the girls no, 'cause it makes you feel good. No, I don't need behind your Broadway show. I hear the boys say, please don't hurt me. And you've carried on so long, you couldn't stop if you tried it. You've built your wall so high that no one can climb it. But I'm gonna try. Would you let me see beneath your beautiful? Would you let me see beneath your perfect? Take it off now, girl, take it off now, girl. I wanna see inside. Would you let me see beneath your beautiful tonight? I wanna see beneath your beautiful tonight. I'm gonna jump into your ivory tower. When we get there, then we will jump right out. We'll be falling, falling, that's okay. But I'll be right there, and I just gotta know. Would you let me see beneath your beautiful? Would you let me see beneath your perfect? Take it off now, girl, take it off now, boy. I wanna see inside. Would you let me see beneath your beautiful tonight? I wanna see beneath your beautiful tonight. See beneath your beautiful tonight. Thank you so much.
Bespoke.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for rejoining the conversation. What a wonderful show. And as we cruise into the weekend, many of us are gearing up for our weekend braai, hopefully. So in today's game of Guess the Price, I'm going to see if you, me, and Zoe Zana actually knows how much braai essentials cost. We're going to find out about the person today. We are here to obviously paint a picture, but we are working off averages. I know different stores have different prices, but this is where we kind of landed as an average. Geez, you got the tiger's eye very quickly there. You know there's not an actual price for it. It's not like, it's not a competition like that, eh?
I'm scared. I want to actually just move away.
I
This
feel
is
like now we have to. Okay, there we go. Not everyone gets money on the show, eh? Only special people.
Special people.
Only special people. Honestly, I'd probably give you a bag of money right now after that performance, girl. So we're going to be braaiing this weekend. We need to get the braai essentials. Let's find out how much it's going to set us back. Okay,
All
so we're going to give
bring
you
it
some
on.
examples of braai essentials, and you can tell me how much you think it costs. We'll give the honorary Golden Monkey Award if you get it right.
Ooh.
Okay, a bag of charcoal, 5 kgs. What do you reckon?
How's your braai game, is it?
80 rand?
80 bucks, okay.
I actually have no idea.
She said it with such conviction.
Like
I think it threw you there.
bucks, maybe?
100 bucks?
100 bucks, yeah. I'm going to go with 100. I'm going to go with 100.
Let's have a look. I think it's cheaper.
Oh, Zoe in the house!
The closest.
Okay.
Yeah, better
I guess I
start
go with your house for the
I
braai
was
then.
close enough.
Yeah, start
not
polishing up that golden monkey. And that's quite expensive, it feels like, for burnt wood. But let's go 5 kilogram bag of unburnt Namibian dry hardwood, which is a great burner. Really good wood.
It looks like good wood.
That's going to hit you quite back.
5 kgs, it's not the big one.
It's not the big one. The big one's like a 20 kg bag. So I reckon that's going to hit you like a 40 bucks. 50 bucks. 50 bucks.
50 bucks.
50 bucks? I'm going to match that, 50.
You matching
50.
that? Okay.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
I
say
like
50
it.
as well.
It's like 54, nice.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I believed her more than you because she had such conviction?
Her 50 was more correct than mine.
She just took yours. Yeah, that's good. Then this one, if you don't know you need a mega lighter for your bride, now you
do.
You need a mega lighter because it's mega. How much do you reckon?
I got one the other day, not the
really?
same brand, but it was around like 35 rand.
Sure,
One,
okay.
Yeah.
34 rand.
The snake of it all.
This isn't a reality show where one of you gets sent home, eh? Let's get that answer.
Oh, wow.
60 bucks.
Oh,
I think I got a special.
Yeah, I think you were at that
expensive?
store that sells everything, I think, you know? I love that. Okay, this one's maybe essential for some, not for where it's snowing, a 5 kg bag of ice.
Ooh, for some, this is essential.
Can I go first?
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
Yes, of course, sorry.
He's been beating me to it. 30 rand, I think.
30? I'm going to go with 15.
Wow, because it's water.
Surely water's not that expensive. You've got lots of it now at the moment.
After Prime, everything's
Floods
changed.
everywhere.
Let's take a look.
Oh,
20 bucks.
that's... Who's closer?
I think you were.
You were a little bit closer, yeah.
Or were we in the middle? It was
Yeah,
right there.
look, if we get to the point that water's that expensive, then we are really in trouble. Okay, now we've got to talk about the centerpiece of our braai. Let's start with a bit of burry. 600 grams of grabo
Oh, I
boerewors.
suck at this. I don't
It's
even
lekker.
shop for myself, so...
Do you eat it though, at least?
I love it.
Okay, nice.
I do.
Me too.
You go?
I reckon like 55.
54.
Sure, I'm never, ever playing poker with you, ever.
Yeah, she's acting.
Ever.
Keeping it close.
Let's see. I don't think any of you are right.
Oh,
77.
wow.
It's
I'm never going
grabo,
with
yo.
him again.
Okay.
No, you should go with me. I get discounts. Discounts.
Would you like us to
I
wind
think
back the
I'm
clock so you can
closer.
change your answers? I
Yes,
can do that
please.
for you. I can speak to
Please.
producers. Okay, and then lastly, some really lekker braai tongs. Not any, just some
Ooh, I
lekker
have no
ones.
idea. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
45 rand.
I'm going to go with 44 rand.
99 cents. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Whoa!
You guys weren't listening. I said lekker. Not just any.
Okay.
Okay, like the
braai
official
tongs.
ones. Like
Yeah,
with
that
the
is
kids.
expensive in
Okay,
braai language.
okay.
You guys are amazing. I don't know who won because I'm scared. I'm scared to actually give
And me
an
as well,
answer.
so just pretend it was Zoe.
Oh, man, well, nothing will ever take us away from our braai. Clearly, not even the heavy rains, load shedding, or even inflation. No, we're going to push back. But one way to combat the heavy prices is to capitalize on the brand new Nedbank My Goals account. There is a hack here. It offers cashback on all of your grocery and retail spend every time you swipe, so you're going to get a little back. Every cent back could mean an extra steak on that fire. A lot of those cents could mean new lekker braai tongs. You just don't know. But there are so many rewards built around your lifestyle. So go and see nedbank.co.za.
Check this. This My Goals Plus account gives you cash back on groceries and 25 cents back per litre at BP. That's lit.
Lit in 2023.
I promise you, Zoe wasn't fired as a presenter. Okay, she's gone to go and sing for us in just a moment. But it is a Friday, so I think we need a laugh, man.
Yes, bring it on. Friday, it's payday, it's all the things to celebrate.
Yes.
Also, the end of Pride Month, and perhaps those debit orders has got the better part of your salary, and now you're left with nothing. Oh, let's take a look at this clip.
Jaden has $1 bill, 1 quarter, and 2 pennies. How much money does he have? Jaden broke.
Absolutely nailed it. If that's you this weekend, you also broke, unfortunately. But Jaden, my man, it's time to get some money.
Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. Look, if you can't laugh about it, how are we going to get through it? And if you're not laughing, maybe we can make you cry. The emotion is going to bubble over. One more performance from Zoe Zana coming in just a moment, and she has blown us away. Stick around.
Gonna be good.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, crazy stuff. I think all of us are wondering where this unreal version of you is just coming from, because it's crazy. It's like a little angel and demon are warring for your voice. You got this angelic pitch, and then you got this gravelly sound. It's insane, girl. You've taken us on a journey. Thank you so much. I have a feeling you know we were at breaking point emotionally, so we're going to lighten the mode just a little bit. Here she is performing an absolute standard her way. It's Fly Me to the Moon. Take it away.
better love. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, here we go. Fill my heart with song and let me sing amongst the stars. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, hold my hand. And baby, in other baby, in other words, in other words, I love you.
Oh, bravo!
Honestly, I think one of the standout performances, never mind of this year,
What
of
a
recent
voice.
times. Just absolutely amazing. To all of you who joined us for the final day of Pride Month, we love you. Thank you so much for the message you drove home. I love you guys.
You go do you, boo. Have a beautiful one.
We'll see you Monday. Adios, muchachos. Yeah, baby.
Another feel-good production.